So, where we left off, the gassed form of Mrs. Durst had burst out of a chamber and attempted to attack you guys. You had used a table in the nearby room to kind of wedge off the doorway, and then as Seth and Trip held the table in place, Octavius, Gemma, and Douglas basically took her out with arrows and ranged fire and is destroyed. Now, there was also that other ghast in there that was acting incredibly kind of weirded out and bewildered and not altogether hostile at all. There was also that footlocker that had a bunch of stuff in it. Some of which you've already taken out, some of which you haven't, I don't think. But that kind of brings us up to where we are today. So, yeah, this ghast here is laying dead. Or more dead, no longer animated. And Trip and Seth, you're kind of still holding the table in place. What do you guys want to do?
We're not on the map yet, but I imagine...
Oh, let me fix that.
Letting the table down at this point, since there's no threat.
Okay. He's going to kind of put the table back in the middle, for argument's sake, or...
The other one's still over there.
Yeah, the other one's still over there. I think they just set it down.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the table, the square table is technically the round table. That is the table, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, we're going to have it down on the ground, but at the ready in case we get attacked again. I mean,
all right, so you're just going to plop it here, sort of thing. Okay. Well, the other ghast in the chamber is still kind of going around. Right now, it is throwing pillows. Seems to be completely deluded. Very weird behavior. Whereas the other ghast was kind of... the other ghast was very vocal. And said some horrible things about her children and about you and her husband and all that stuff. This, whatever this one is, does not seem altogether sane.
I'm going to kind of peer over some still on the chair and looking. I was like, it looks like he's looking for something. Maybe we just ask it what it wants?
Yes, let's talk to it.
Well, if we're talking to it, maybe we should have the barricade up just in case it goes.
That would probably be a good idea, yes.
So I guess I have the table up back, like, ready.
Okay, so you guys want to kind of, like, put the table back in place, but maybe, like, lay it down on the floor ready to pick up if you need to?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, all right. Again, you know, you only periodically kind of see it appear. Currently, there's pillows all the room. The big chest full of torches here, they've been scattered everywhere. Then you kind of see it move.
Do I recognize the clothing or the person that the gas used to be?
So you recognize the one being Mrs. Durst primarily because the clothing match one of the paintings upstairs, but this doesn't look like one that you've seen.
Well, someone say something.
Gemma, do you want to talk to it, or do you want me to try to reason with it?
You should.
Oh, okay. Excuse me, beast, sir. Hello.
Now, what you can't see it at the moment, but what you can do is you can hear what sounds like glass smashing, like.
Okay. I'm gonna be a little louder. Like, I think you might be looking for something. Could we help you somehow? Hello. Anything?
No. Right, it pops back into view, and now it is reaching into the footlocker and starts rummaging around in the footlocker.
There's good stuff in there.
If you could tell us what you need, well, we can help you. Hello?
Okay. It kind of just like glances up and looks in the direction of where the voice is, and it just goes. and carries on rummaging. You see it pull out the what looks like there was a kind of like a chain shirt. It pulls that out, and it's like going shaking it, and then throws it up, hits the ceiling, and it drops down on the floor. And then it carries on rooting through.
What was left in that chest? We took some stuff out. So what did we
did
take?
some stuff.
I have a thing full of healing salves, a yellow book.
Yeah, there was a small wooden coffer
cloak.
that turned out to have 4 healing potions. You took that out. There was a flask of
Molotov cocktail.
that kind of amber liquid. You took that out. There was a yellow book. Trip took that out. There was a bullseye lantern, which nobody took. There was a set of thieves' tools, which somebody took out because they unraveled the little package. There was a neatly folded cloak, and the chain.
Healing potions, right?
You've already got those, yeah.
We got those.
I've got this.
So basically, the
Cloak, lantern, yeah.
the cloak, the lantern, and the chainmail, the chain shirt is what was still in there.
Okay, and he seems to be rummaging through clothing items.
Seems to be rummaging through everything. He's hurled all the torches out of the chest or out of the crate. He has thrown the pillows from the bed. He apparently got his hands on some glass vials from somewhere and smashed those. He just hurled the chainmail.
Maybe he wants something. Let's give him something that we took from there. Maybe the letter. See if that's what he wants.
Don't think he wants the letter. I don't think he's altogether cognizant.
He snatches out the cloak
letter?
and he kind of like throws it up in the air. It partially falls on top of him, and he's like, ah! And you see it like move and spin around in circles like a cat that just got itself into a big pile of clothing and doesn't even know how to get out. And then finally it like claws its way out and throws the cloak off to the side. And then it like hisses at the cloak like, ah! As if somehow the cloak was at fault.
Would me and Octavius know what language these guests speak?
Mrs. Gast spoke common.
She spoke common.
Okay. But would you and Octavius, I would say, because of what Octavius's profession is, he's a little bit more kind of studied on the occult and things like that. I would let him make a, let's see, what would it really be?
Knowledge this specific niche thing check.
Right? I guess it would really, because it's not really Arcana.
Maybe history.
Yeah, I guess really history. Give me a knowledge history roll.
History, okay. Sure. Here you go.
Oh, hang on, let me get on the dice pane.
Oh, what?
There you go.
It's almost.
It was a 12 and then a 17 and then it rolled to a 7 somehow because that's just what happens.
That's enough for you to know that this level of creation of undead, like the lower levels of undead, like skeletons, zombies, ghouls, ghasts, generally don't speak. They're usually not capable of it, which ironically makes this one a little bit more normal and Mrs. Durst a bit abnormal. The fact that she could speak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, we have to give it something. It definitely wants something. Let's just try something that we don't want.
Maybe if we let it go, it'll lead us to Walter.
Okay. It just pulls the bullseye lantern out and starts to shake it, and then lets it go as it flies and
I would like that.
breaks against the window, against the wall.
Okay.
Damn it.
Okay. All right, let's. That's not a bad idea, Gemma. Let's try to let it out and see where it goes. But we're gonna keep the table to kind of guide it so that it doesn't get anyone. Right?
I'll keep my weapon out.
We'll do a little switcheroo.
All right.
Is there some kind of bait for these things?
Okay. He has now climbed into the chest.
Really rummaging around in there real good.
And is kind of like just crouched down and is like looking around, like very confused. Which he only does for about 3 or 4 seconds, and then he very quickly hops back out again.
I mean, maybe he just wants to go home. This isn't his home. He doesn't know where he is.
It's at this point that you're noticing he is now running towards the table.
Here he comes. Here he comes. He's coming. He's coming.
I'm gonna take
Let
the
him
table
go. Let him
and, for lack of a better word, pivot it towards tripping me. Kind of like move it.
So, do you want to create
this way? Like
like a wedge.
So a little tuck up.
So we could wedge behind underneath this. Like,
okay,
that's
so
the idea.
So, just to clarify, so I understand what you're saying. So you want the opening to be. Hang on. You want the opening for him to run through here or here?
That way, the bottom way.
This way. Okay.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be like, quick, over here. Get behind the table.
It is for ghoul ranching.
Okay, so you basically do that.
And
Octavius, get over here, please. Thank you.
Oh, you went that way. I see. Okay, I thought you were pointing him that way. Okay, I gotcha.
Okay. He comes running out.
Gemma.
And immediately starts like looking around the room. He jumps up on the table and begins to pick up the cups.
No table there.
Actually, there is no table there. In fact, where the table was, and he starts grabbing, like, he'll grab the cups and the jug, and he'll be like, and just start hurling them.
Oh, maybe he's hungry.
Holding the table up, because I did use it still as a barrier. I'm just gonna point down the corridor. It's that way. You want to go that way? I mean, that way's jelly. That way.
Probably not because of your actions, but he is going that way anyway.
Oh, okay. I think it's because of my actions. Hey, I got him. We win.
Okay.
Good job.
What do you want to do?
Follow. Far behind, but follow.
Or are we going to continue to inspect the room that we were in the middle of inspecting?
Yeah, I'm gonna put the table down and go in and grab the cloak and
the chain,
whatever else was there. I don't care about the chain.
There's a cloak. I mean, there's basically a black cloak, a chain, the chainmail, and now a broken bullseye lantern.
Oh.
I want to see if there's anything on Mrs. Durst that might be pertinent to the situation. Just kind of check her belongings.
Okay. Other than a old, moth-eaten and torn, tattered dress, that's about it.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes that easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the cloak and the chain.
Okay.
And return to Douglas and be like,
Hurry! I'm losing Gemma.
The kids,
no.
yeah, the kids are off.
Come on, everyone, just keep up.
I hate when they take the corner. I can't keep an eye on them.
I'm gonna follow a healthy, like, at least 15 to 20 feet away.
Okay. All right. So everybody else is kind of like chasing behind.
Yes.
Okay. The ghoul has gone into the room with the big table and the bench. It's jumped up on the table. It's glanced around. At this point, it seems to be interested in all of the human bones that are laying around as it like drops down and starts picking them up and throwing them, smelling them, throwing them, hurling them. And then eventually, when it's bored, it runs this way.
Gemma, how do you know it's going anywhere important? I think he's just looking for food.
I do not know at this time.
we could be that food. Meat, you know.
We could
Don't
just
say
maybe.
that loud enough for him to get the idea.
What if he gets too hungry and then he wants us?
Then we will kill him.
Or we could leave.
Okay.
I noticed there were a couple of plaques up this way. Maybe he's going to...
To read a plaque?
Okay. Well, yeah. So there is a plaque right here on the wall, like a little metal dusty plaque. You can hear him like going, like he's rattling something, and then it spins around and runs this way. And then again, you hear.
Oh, back up.
Wants to get in there.
And then it goes this way. And you hear pretty much the same thing again.
I'm gonna go look at the plaque while he went across.
Alrighty. The plaque in that room.
I'm gonna be looking over at Douglas and Seth and be like, be ready to intercept. He's probably headed back this way.
Got it.
Alright. So the plaque at the top, there's kind of like, you have to kind of dust it a little bit, but there's engravings at the top, and then there's like space for 2 other entries to be put. It says Durst family, and then there's 2 spaces below that.
Grave markers. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. And there was also a plaque on this side as well.
Whoa.
I believe there might be coffins in there. Or dead people, or
Something like
maybe
a
an empty
crypt.
room. I don't know.
So we don't want him to open those. Just keep going. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
And it's
Right behind
run
you,
this
right
way.
behind you.
Okay,
Curious
if you're
there's a
checking out the
this
plaque
way.
on that side, it's basically exactly the same.
Oh, so for all 4, this is their proper burial site, I suppose.
But aren't the kids upstairs?
Yes, the kids are upstairs. Well,
So
arguably.
who's in there?
I should have mentioned also there are plaques on the
okay.
2 little door thingies here too. They're not really doors; they're more like those little hole, like little slidey wall sections in the wall.
Okay.
So they're not like you can walk through them, but there are labels on those as well.
I would have liked to have checked them out.
Well, if you wanted to have checked them out, because I didn't point it out, you can have.
Thank you.
Let's see. What would you see? So on this one here, I'm going to move down a little bit. So on this top one, it has Roosevelt Durst written on it. On the one directly below that, on the same side, it had Thornbold Durst written on it. On the other side, you had Gustav Durst, and you also had this one here that said Elizabeth Durst. However, the slab where Elizabeth Durst's was actually seems to be slightly ajar. Like at some point it might have been opened or removed.
Okay.
So you can either continue to investigate that or keep following this thing if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'll have.
Overdue aura, thanks for that. Appreciate it.
I hit the back button on my mouse. It's the worst thing in the world.
Yes, it is.
I'll have retconned my position, then I would like to see what the deal is with this ajar door.
Okay, so you're going to go down to there. Is anybody staying with Trip, or is everybody else going?
I
It's
am.
kinda got my
Okay,
back.
so you two are staying back here. Okay, sounds good. All right, okay.
I imagine I'll just be using the tip of my sword because I don't want to touch this place. I'll just be like cracking it open more. And
Okay, once again, you guys can see a plaque here. Similar plaque, says Durst. However, these two are open. It just ran into the top one, climbed through the hole, and jumped in.
God.
What the what?
I'm gonna return and report.
Blanzig, thanks for the resub. Take pants off.
What the what?
Graves are open.
Just playing catch up. Alright, it scrabbles around for a little bit, it comes out, and then it runs down here and jumps in this one.
Okay, I'm gonna exit.
And scrabbles around a little bit.
Oh,
And sure enough, comes out and runs down in this direction. which takes you back to where all those little chambers were. Clearly, this thing seems to be either A, lost, B, confused, or C, as you guys have pointed out, maybe it is looking for something specific.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So let's scroll down here a little and go down to Trip and Douglas. Okay, so as I mentioned, this one here is actually slightly off-center. It's a joke. Somebody has opened this at some point.
Yeah, I'd like to, as uninvolvedly open this as possible. I'd probably test it with like the tip of my sword, just to try and like move it, see if it'll come up.
I mean, it looks. I mean, it's a stone. It's basically like, you know, a stone. But if you was to, like, and it has a big metal ring in the middle. I mean, if you was to grab hold of the ring and the edge of the stone, someone with a little bit of muscle could like slop it out. Because it really, if you imagine, there's kind of like a little wall at the bottom, and it's got a lip that fits down into that wall. That's what kind of holds it in place. So you kind of like grab it and like lift it up and out.
Yeah. Then yep, that's the course of action.
Okay. You grab it and boom, and it drops out. Beyond there, you can see a rather pleasant looking coffin. I say pleasant in the fact that the coffin is of good quality, not that it's sunshine and roses.
Understood.
However, that is not all you see.
Oh.
Because about the time you notice the coffin lid is ajar, you also notice creepy crawly insects begin to crawl out of it. And they are like big, huge, gnarly, centipede type insects. Like a lot of them.
You're getting me back with the centipedes, huh?
Yeah, damn it. Revenge is a death. Yeah.
I'd like to leap back from that if possible.
Okay, you leap back, and rather quickly, as they've got many, many feet and can move very, very quickly, they all start to pour and drop out. Seth, it's about now that you'll see them start dropping into view.
I'll
never be curious again.
Use your torch. Your torch. You have your torch. Yeah.
All right, you're going to move back. Well, they are indeed going to kind of like swarm towards you. You know, very swarm-like, because you know, being that they're
that's
swarms.
what swarms do.
Alrighty.
Can I insult the swarm?
Damn you, vile woman! Let me have a look here. Swarms.
Gross.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, bum, ba-bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. Let me pull up my swarm. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yep, as I say, they all kind of like come rushing out and moving across the floor rapidly towards you.
How fast can I flee?
What's your movement?
I think it's standard, probably 30.
Then you can flee 60. As long as you're unhindered.
60.
Okay, where are you fleeing?
Up the hallway. Probably past Seth. I'm just gonna be like going like, I don't want to deal with these.
I'm following you, man. I'm not staying around.
All right. Well, you'll get as far as here, and then you're gonna be basically between Whiskey and Daddy. They're kind of blocking the corridor.
I'm gonna get to them and be like, go, move.
What's going on? Okay. I'm going. Running forward.
Go.
What is it? What? Oh no.
Whiskey.
Whiskey, run! No, Whiskey.
Okay. Yep. So you, Gemma and Octavius, you can obviously hear all this commotion behind you. The weird dead thing has run in and is now ravaging this little bed area here.
What's Excelante doing?
There's.
Come on, man.
Okay. So you all like bolt down the stairs.
Table.
On the table.
Yeah, literally jumping on the table.
They're gonna climb over it.
I'm just gonna hold my dog up.
Squish him with the table.
Squish him with the table.
Just chair legs.
If they climb, stomp. If they climb, stomp.
Okay. Well, I mean, they are aggressively churning down the stairs towards you guys. So everybody else has clambered up either on a chair or a table as they continue to kind of move forward. Yeah, they climb very efficiently. So they are coming up the table and making their way towards you guys.
I'm gonna jump down and grab this torch and throw it at them. Can I do that?
Yeah, sure. Okay, you leap down, snatch the torch out of the sconce, and Okay, it hits the floor. Bearing in mind that these things are probably about 2.5 foot long, they very quickly just move around it and just keep coming as they are now kind of up the table legs and onto the table itself. I think we probably might want to roll some initiatives just to see what happens.
Sorry, guys. That was my bad.
You done fucked up.
Hey, nah. You just had to do a little investigating. All right, let's see what we got.
There we are.
All right, so we got a Seth on a 13, Trip on an 18. We've got Gemma also on a 13. And then Doug, 7. Octavius on a 7. Let's see where our little friendly dudes go.
1.
And they are going to go right about there. Okay. Okay, so as the swarm begins to make its way up and onto the... let's see here. Up onto the table. Let me go ahead and cue this up. Stop!
No.
Sorry, someone's blowing up my phone. I'll mute it. Alright, I was looking for something before I was rudely interrupted, and I do apologize. I usually mute my phone, and that's why. Okay. All right. Well. There it is. Oh, Keith. Good deal. That's what I was looking for. Fun music. All right, so Trip, technically you are first to act. What do you want to do?
I'm going to say, because this is really my best move. I thought she was ugly before, but this is far worse.
All right.
And hopefully these can take insults. I don't know.
I'm going to... So it doesn't have to understand you, and I'm going to assume that... I don't truly know the anatomy of a centipede. I'm assuming it can hear.
It's like a vibration sense, which is...
Yeah, we're going to say it works either way.
Okay.
The key is that it doesn't have to understand you. All right. So it has to make the swarm has to make a willpower save.
This is like StarCraft 2.
Right. And it will fail. The swarm
Barely.
will take 2 points of psychic damage. There's two of the centipedes are going like, ow, my head hurts. Okay. But technically the swarm, as it operates as a single entity, does have disadvantage. Seth.
I am going to stomp twice to crush as many as I can, because that's the only thing I know to do in this situation. So.
All right. So basically, you're going to make 2 melee attacks at it. You stomp, but miss one. But you do manage to stomp that time, and stomp on one, doing 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
And that's right, I'm still weak from the...
Yep. Yeah. That's it. Okay. And next up would be Jemma.
I say, leave it to the gas. Let's see what it thinks of centipedes. And I start running.
Okay, well by now the ghast has finished ramaging through this one and has moved its way to this one.
Okay.
The ghast seems to be of little to no interest in what's going on in and around your table.
So if there were centipedes crawling on it, it wouldn't want to eat them?
Well, it hasn't tried to eat y'all, and it doesn't seem to be interested in what you're doing. So, thus far, it seems to be more interested in its surroundings than anything living in its surroundings.
Interesting. Okay. I want to see if any of the centipedes chase me this way.
Okay.
I get in the way.
They do not. They will attack whatever as I said, they were moving up the table, so they're going to attack whatever the closest thing is, which would probably be big dude right here.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Thanks, Gemma.
After they don't follow, after I jump down, I'm like, well, okay, and I try to. A skeletal hand appears to try to squeeze one of the centipedes. Pop it.
Okay. What spell is this you are messing with? A chill touch. That will hit. And do 5 points of necrotic damage. Okay. Squishing some. Alright. The centipedes begin to leap upon and crawl all up Seth's legs and all over him. Basically making their attempts at bite attacks. These are some skilled ass centipedes.
I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
It's horrible.
This is the worst.
Well, they have disadvantage.
They have disadvantage.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Yes. Yay!
Oh man!
You roll another 20 core. I'm gonna cry.
They have a -2 willpower, and it.
Resub hype. Thank you for the resub.
That's close.
I mean, it's still a hit, but
well, and here's the good news. Because they still have more than half hit points, they do 4d4, so a crit would have been 8d4.
8d4.
Ooh, that would have been
So
death,
that's good. Okay, you are basically bitten and pierced and stung for 11 points of damage. These things smart somewhat. Douglas.
Okay.
You can see them crawling all over your brother as he's like, swatting at him.
Brother, no! And I'm gonna shoot,
Shooting.
I guess, an arrow at them and see if I can hit. Oh, no? Can I not?
Well, technically, you can.
Oh, they're all on him? They're not like...
Well, here's my thing.
I don't know how small...
I mean, it's 5e. It
yeah.
doesn't really care. I
don't want to friendly fire him, so...
you plug a centipede into my chest.
I mean, it's like shooting a centipede off of him, I guess. And a 24 is a pretty damn good shot.
I'm really good.
Okay, yep. You plug a couple of the centipedes and knock them off.
And then I'm gonna have Whiskey help, and I'm gonna go have him.
Whiskey doesn't know how to be like dexterous with the bite my leg.
Again, it's 5e.
He's
He
got
can
a
chomp
leg
one.
first.
Stop
And
trying to
then
make
bite.
it make sense. It's the wrong version.
Okay, what's his attack again? It's
He's weaker
plus-
now, so it's like
plus-
it's
or just the straight 20 then, yeah, I think.
Yeah, he's down 3. He has a straight roll. He
Oh,
attempts
my
to bite one, but fails. Okay, Octavius.
Yeah, so I would have followed Gemma over here,
Okay, yep.
as I do, and then seeing them climb up the leg, I think I'd just step forward and kind of just give a couple little swipes with my rapier and then retreat back
Like
to
at
her.
arm's length. Like,
Yeah, just like, it's more
Okay.
like just terrified swipes.
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. Here we go.
Ooh, very good shot. Damn, that's a good roll for a rapier.
Yeah, that's good.
Good job.
8
really
plus
good.
2
Dang.
plus 5. Already.
Dang.
You swat the remaining centipedes off of him, and they fall dead to the floor. You
And
squished
I'm
him.
gonna
What?
quickly get back behind Gemma
What?
again.
He's like,
15.
he like leaps out and goes and like skewers through 2 of them, and like as he pulls the rapier back, they're like hanging off the tip of his rapier. He's like,
I shake him. I'm like,
Octavius, good job.
Octavius.
what?
You did it. Good
That was
job,
awesome.
boy.
He's gonna hide back again,
okay.
watching
Oh,
Gemma's.
that's so cute.
all of the
Okay.
corpses of the dead things fall to the floor.
yeah. I plop down from the table, sit in the chair, and just
Feeling all
put my
stunned
head in
and
my
stuff.
hands.
Seth, are you okay? I'm so sorry.
I'm not okay. This is not.
Well, I have something that might perk you up here, and I'm just gonna like take out my little box and pop it open and be like, "These are no good if you're dead,"
Drink some of this.
and hand over one of the vials.
All right, it's a regular potion, right? 2d4 plus
2d4, yeah. Let me see. I have it in my inventory.
2d4 plus 2, I think.
2d4 plus
Yeah,
2 for
plus
a
2.
regular heal. Yep. Okay, 7. You got most of your hit points back from the stinging.
Thank you. Thanks, Trip.
Do you need another one? We have more.
No, I can sustain with what the family needs it. Speaking of which, I'm gonna look at Douglas and hold up the chain shirt and the cloak. Here.
Thank you.
All right. During this time, the thing has gone and torn into all the beds, torn into all of the little alcoves here, and at this point is making its way down this corridor.
Downtown. Oh.
The kids need their father to not be dead, so the shirt and the cloak is fashionable, I guess.
Don't you have some kind of armor on?
I already do. Yeah, I'm good. I don't think I can wear a chain even. Can I?
I mean, yes, you can, but you
I can?
may not want to.
I don't know if I want
It's
to.
considered medium armor.
Yeah.
You might
Oh, is it
not
medium?
have proficiency in that. I
Rangers
haven't checked
do can't-
Rangers,
Yeah,
Rangers
Yeah, I can do
can.
medium. I just didn't know. I thought chain was out of my
The
scope.
problem is you get you get the
Minus dex.
Yeah, I don't want the
minuses
dex
to your dex and all
minus.
that, which is one of
No.
your best
Oh,
stats.
it's a
So
dex
that's
skill,
the issue.
so I don't know if
It's a little
fine.
constricting for me. As you can see, I've got a bit of extra girth over the last few years. So I just think that might not really help with the when I go like this, I don't want it to rip. So thank you. I'm
What about
okay.
the cloak?
I just
That looks kind of up your alley.
I don't want to wear any stolen spooky ghost cloaks. I think that's probably not good. As we see that this place is very terrible, and so we shouldn't steal anything that isn't ours. And wear.
Trip, I'm gonna
Yeah.
offer up the cloak.
I guess if you want to wear a cloak, I just said it's fine.
You'll have to forgive me, Father. I'm more interested in surviving.
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
To
Yes.
survive long enough to maybe be reprimanded for what would be considered theft.
It's fine. Just leave a note. Like I said, it'll be fine.
should think that. I'm gonna go ahead and put the thing on and see how the cloak fits and what that's like. If it's all good, I'm gonna be like, okay, cool. I've already got leather armor on, but a chain shirt's better. I don't know if I'm proficient with it. I don't think I am.
Should say.
It says in the bard. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't mark it down because I'm smart. Don't be like me. I'm smart.
I don't think bards are.
Bards aren't. There are some races that would make you proficient with them, but I don't believe
Okay.
bards by default
Yeah, okay.
are not.
Yep. Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna put it on and be like, it's heavy. I didn't think this would be so heavy.
Gemma, are you still following the thing?
You muted.
I guess you are.
Yeah,
it
you're
is
muted,
basically doing the same thing in these rooms. It is going and ransacking the beds is what it's doing. And will continue to do that to each and every room in this chamber for a little
Jane,
while.
I can't hear you. Something.
Did your audio?
Nope,
No,
can't hear you.
no audio.
Yeah.
Shows that you're unmuted.
Yeah.
Is there another mute button on the mic that you unplug, replug?
No.
Possible unplug, replug.
Yeah, we were hearing you just fine, but then all of a sudden you just went all quiet.
And check to see in your settings that it's pulling
Hello?
from the.
There we go.
There you go.
I unplugged, replugged.
That
There
worked.
you go.
we
Have you tried turning it on and off again?
go.
Okay. Yeah, so basically he is ransacking the beds in each of these little alcoves down here. That's what he's up to. Feel free to intervene if you wish, but otherwise he will do so until he has ransacked them all, unless you stop him.
Trip, Douglas,
Yes.
how are we gonna get the ghost kids out of their backpacks?
I have no idea. I guess solve the mystery. I don't. We promised them we would figure out where Walt is. So maybe if we find Walt, they'll leave.
And Mrs. Durst, as it was on her way out the door, said something about keep going and you'll find him.
Yes. So we should probably try to do that. I
I
think.
feel it should be important that to mention there are bodies in the well.
Okay. That is yes. Very gross.
Yeah, it's
There's seems to be bodies everywhere.
there's a
they
little
were
bit
doing
of bodies
some
everywhere.
terrible things here.
I mean, there's also the skeletons on the attic, right?
Yes. Okay, we need to find Walt. I need Gemma back. I need Octavius back. I want those ghosts out of my kids. So let's find Walt as fast as we can.
They went
Yes.
this way, right? We've lost sight of them.
Oh God, Gemma! Just wildly whip around. Gemma, no!
Right, yeah, they're down
Chase.
here kind of loitering, watching this thing just go about its merry way, ransacking the rooms. You know, literally, this thing, it like runs in, it grabs the pillows, it like messes with the pillows, it rips at all the bedclothes and stuff like that, and then it moves on to the next room. And that seems to be what it's doing.
Gemma, dear, do you think maybe we could leave this one alone and try to find the baby? Remember?
Well, we're back in this room, which means we've effectively been in probably every room, which means I don't know where the baby is.
Okay, maybe not here. Maybe a different floor or something.
The only odd place was when we had that hallway that ended with nothing. Let's go back there.
Yeah, there might be some other rooms.
Okay, sure.
Right,
Let's do that.
Well, this way. This way.
Which that way?
was this hallway. How did I get... When I found the secret staircase, can I try the same thing? Maybe there's one here.
Well, you found that because you were looking at the dollhouse upstairs. Like, you actually looked at the replica of the dollhouse and found it on the replica.
Mm-hmm.
But the dollhouse did not have a basement.
Okay. And when I saw the door, was there a certain mechanism I used to find the hidden room that I could try here?
I mean, basically, you just kind of like started pressing around until you found like one of the panels went in and created a secret door. But
okay, I'm gonna try that on all three sides. Like, help me, Octavius.
Okay.
To see if there's anything secret on
Give me
these
a
walls.
perception check then.
I will do that as well.
Yeah, you didn't really do any of this before. You just kind of like got to the dead end.
Looked and ran, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That 8, always the 8.
Yeah, you give it you kind of like go and check it all out and stuff like that. And no, seems to be fairly robust and solid.
Showing off.
There's nothing. Let's go.
Now we can't hear you.
Yeah. I walk by confused as to why they're stuck, and I'm like,
I heard you,
wait,
Jane.
what's going on down here?
Oh.
Oh, by the way, there's
No, sad.
So
I can
here's
sad.
what you will notice. You're not going to find... You don't find anywhere... Like, you don't find a brick or anything like that. What you do feel is a very, very, very faint kind of... I don't want to say draft, but kind of like a damp feel around your ankles when you're closest to this wall here. Enough for you to kind of like really examine and look. And the one thing that you notice is, unlike the rest of the walls, there is like a thin black line at the base of that wall that would indicate that the wall is resting on the floor as opposed to being part of the floor, if that makes sense. Like, everywhere else, this is carved into rock. So it comes down, meets the floor, and curves. So it's all solid, But in this one tiny, against this wall, it would at least let you believe that the wall on the left side is kind of not molded of the same stuff. It actually is sitting on the ground. So there's a fairly good chance that there is something on the other side of it. But you're unable to find anything that kind of gives you any purchases to move it or open it or anything like that.
I'll point out my findings and be like, it looks like a false wall. Possible mechanism to open it of some sort. It's a heavy stone wall set in. I don't know if you take a look at it.
Okay, we just feel
Also, I
around
gotta
until
fix
we
that chat.
find. Maybe look for one that's not dusty. Maybe that's.
I mean, for all intensive purposes, you've checked every wall in this kind of bottom section here. I mean, 3 of you have done it, so... Gemma's looked, Tripp's looked, Octavius has looked. None of them have found anything.
And the breed.
Pushing?
You haven't tried pushing.
I'm
Really
pushing.
push.
I mean, it's solid wall. It doesn't have any give in it whatsoever.
It doesn't
Where-
seem to like being pushed. Not loudly. To be clear, it's not like a haunted wall. Well, I mean,
Try insulting it.
Insult the wall.
you'll never really fit in with the rest of the walls here. No, it didn't do anything.
There's a draft.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool, damp feeling around your ankles, like right at the very base of it, like as if you can feel a very faint... Again, I don't want to call it a breeze, but just, it's a little cooler down there. You just kind of got a little feel of it against your ankle skin.
Yeah, there's like the crawl space when you're you had me go down there and stuff all the straw in there that one time, and I came back and it was all like wet.
Is there something over here, Gore?
That was the shadow room with the
shadow
statue.
room. Okay.
Down here, though, yeah, the end of this
but-
corridor here was where
we
you
never-
found the statue, the wolf and the man statue, and the two
Right.
shadows rose out of the.
Okay. I'm just trying
Yeah,
to see if
but
there's.
we didn't go past that statue. We didn't see the far end of that room, right?
Because those spirits came out, right?
No, there was an opening down there, but you never went down there.
Mm. Oh yeah. Let's go there.
Don't
Okay.
touch anything.
Don't touch any orbs. Don't touch any skeletons. Nothing. Everyone
I understand
agree?
the assignment. Yes.
Okay. Very unhappily going back in this room.
Yeah.
Back to the shadowy room. The room of shadows. Yay! Okay.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yeah.
I'll wander back into that chamber, leaving the ghast to its own devices as it continues to rummage through bedspreads and pillows.
Need a light source.
Emma, don't even look at it.
Ah,
Come
I
on.
will do what I want.
Almost got your uncle killed doing that.
Okay. Yeah, Gemma, this is a strange, weird, kind of spongy, jello-y looking door.
It's the same door. It's the jelly door. Someone touch it. Look, feel. All right, we've explored everything.
There's this. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to see it, but it looks like there's a passage this way,
What can you see?
The ladder?
like a stairwell with a ladder.
Yes, there is now. That was not there before.
Oh,
Oh.
That's interesting.
maybe it has to do with the orb we shouldn't have touched.
Where'd we
Probably.
go?
Okay.
Well, frankly, I just know there's a weird thing down here rummaging around, and I'd rather him not rummage around me. I'm gonna very cautiously proceed up these stairs. Seeing
Okay.
as this was part of a dangerous room, I'm kind of like looking around, like I don't want nothing to kill me here, but I do want to. I've seen enough
It's
Indiana
good to have
Jones
things
to
kill
know,
you, though.
to know that I don't want to walk through the stairwell alone and then like.
Okay. So you guys are going to head up that stairwell.
Hmm?
All right. There is a ladder at the end of the stairs going up.
Hey, Gemma, if anything comes
wonder-
at me on the ladder, slap it with the skelly hand thing you do.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And you can see that there is a trap door at the top of that ladder too.
I'm gonna check out what's going on with that.
Alrighty. Then let me move you to this house or this floor. And if I recall, Central Parking Lot. Let me find the right one here.
It's up there. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Okay. You will emerge. Where are you on this map? Let me move all of you
we're
off of
we're
here.
up by the,
Yeah, I'm going to move you off of here and put you here. And then I'll get you and put you where you emerge. As you lift up the trapdoor, you have kind of come back up onto the ground floor. This is the room that had the stuffed wolves that all seem to like turn to look at you. And as you like peer up and look out, like it's dark for a split second. Like as you lift it, it's pitch black, but then you hear as the fireplace ignites and as the torch ignites, and all of the wolves are like
looking at me.
looking at you. Yeah. So yeah, basically you have discovered that in the corner of that room there was actually a trapdoor, but no one ever really examined to find such a thing.
Because it was a spooky room. What do you expect
Exactly
from
right.
me?
And who's in it? No.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Sorry.
So let me do this just to help for in the future. I'm going to go ahead and there you go. Because now you've discovered it. Yeah. I mean, the top of it looks just like the floor. It doesn't actually look like that, but camouflaged enough that if you didn't know or specifically go to look for it. But at least you've now found possibly a second, quicker way out without having to go all the way up to the top of the attic to come all the way back down again.
I'm just gonna like, sorry to bother you all. Let the door close over me. I'm gonna call down to everybody. Yeah, that's a trap door that just leads right to the study where we found all the weapons and things. Not the study, sorry, the little hunter's lodge with all the taxidermied wolves. I know this is a long time ago. This is pre-tapestry, but yeah, this is a really quick way out. Kind of miffed I didn't see it earlier. But to be fair, the wolves' heads moved, and that was...
Well, and also, to be fair, when you were in this room before, you didn't see that.
Okay, that's
I don't remember
good.
you mentioning the wolves' heads were moving.
Yeah, I
well,
don't
see,
think
we
you
were just getting
said-
in there, and I was like pretty sure I didn't see it, but I was sure that I saw it. I just didn't want to like alarm anybody. We were pretty sure the place was already haunted, and that's why I was like, well, this place has secrets. I'll tear through the tapestry, and I'm regretting it a little bit now.
Okay, well, good job finding a way out. At least that's good.
But it's not going to have answers up there. It's more of the same.
Oh. All right, back down you
Back
come.
down.
Uh,
Perhaps
uh,
we do need to check the coffins.
Okay, we did check the coffins. That's
You checked some of them.
The baby might be in one of them.
Did we see one that had a nameplate of Walter on it?
You did not, but again, you did not check all of them.
I'd
There were
rather
two at
we.
the top that I didn't look at the nameplates for.
Yeah, I'd rather we not. They hurt.
Yeah, we well, I was curious because the door on the one was propped open. That's where those centipedes came from.
So
Did
maybe
that
we
one
don't-
say Walter?
No, it said Elizabeth. I was
Okay.
like, well, she's not in there. What's in there? And it was centipedes.
Okay, Gemma, wait.
I
wait,
believe
wait,
we should
wait.
check the top two to see if one says Walter.
Or maybe there's more centipedes. It'd be great.
Well, we killed them easily.
Alright, so Seth and
Put
Trip
it-
staying
put it
behind
easily.
because everybody else has sodded off. And you've lost a dog somewhere too. Oh, here
Sorry,
he is.
yes, oh,
Yeah.
there he is. Can't go through walls with him.
What is over here? Why is this an alcove? I'd like to check if there'd be anything.
Oh, that little
interesting
alcove
here.
right there?
Yeah, I'd like to check the walls here.
Okay. So that little alcove, that was... so you kind of look inside there. There was no door. The door is actually off of its hinges. You kind of like go in there and look. You hadn't been in there before. But you are able to see that it is basically a larder with crates and supplies and stuff all on shelves and on the ground. But as both of you are in there, can you both give me a perception check, please?
Nice.
Gemma with a 21.
Yep.
Okay, so Gemma,
Change the color.
you will notice one of the crates on the ground moves ever so slightly. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna back up. Out. Something's in the box.
What's in the box?
I'll back up.
Okay.
Could be more centipedes.
So, as you successfully notice that, it doesn't in fact surprise you. But bursting out of the box is a horrible, hideously slimy thing.
What the heck?
It is not.
that?
It is not at all pretty.
Oh.
Wow. That
Yeah,
is scary.
it's ugly. It was in there consuming decaying matter. But now there is something more interesting to it.
No.
Where are we at? I really need to rearrange some of my audio stuff to put it in better places. Okay. All right. Yeah. So this thing kind of like goes and slides its way out of the crate. What does it look like? It's all slimy and slithery. It's probably close to 5 foot long altogether. And it is rather horrible to behold. It's almost like some kind of weird, disgusting slug-type creature. With like a large kind of maw. Instead of 2 eye stalks, it has writhing tentacles that seem to be like thrashing around. The edges of those tentacles seem to be kind of bony and sharp. You didn't notice, or you noticed it, and were able to react before it had chance to do anything. So you don't get basically attacked. We will roll initiative as normal to see what happens.
Sorry.
Just determined to spur every single trap, aren't we?
Pretty much.
Yep.
Hang on,
Like
sis.
every encounter.
Yay.
That seems about right.
All right, Doug with a 22, very nice.
The table.
Gemma with a 17. Octavius with a 12. Trip on a 6. And Seth with a underwhelming 4. Alrighty, let's see this thing, and we'll roll its initiative, see where it's going to go on the round. Ooh, dead last. Okay. Alright, so considering where everybody is, so you see the kids leap back, and then you hear like poof, as a box gets knocked over and this thing comes sliming out. Douglas, what do you want to do?
Oh, I'm firing off immediately. Get away from my kids!
Ah! Okay.
I'm gonna shoot. That's him.
A well-placed
Nice shot.
arrow
Nice.
will hit this thing and do 7 points of damage. For 7 points of piercing, in fact. Good job. Alrighty. Gemma, what would you like to do?
Alright. Is its mouth open right now?
I mean, yeah, it's the
Like-
maul is kind of like just doing this, kind of like
Alright.
pulsating
I
in
am
the
holding a
tend-
torch, so
Wow,
I'm
wow,
right there.
wow.
I'm gonna try to stick the torch in and then back the hell up.
Okay. Make a melee attack with the torch.
Okay. I'm gonna guess that's just strength.
The tips of the maul are kind of bony as well, almost like if it was to put all 4 of them together, it would almost make like a beak. Oh!
Natural 20!
That's one dice giveaway.
That's one set of
Congrats,
dice
we
we're
did
going to
it.
give away, and
Not sure
you are the
that's
winner
right.
of a
Hooray.
D20. So,
Yay!
Someone believed in you.
so open-handed badger and
Oh.
Iro Zeros.
My husband
One's
and
gold.
Oh, I knew it was him.
We knew it.
I knew
It's out of the
it.
bag now, Jane.
Those
Damn
zero
it.
is
It's out of the
taken away.
bag. Out of the bag. Okay.
Okay.
So you hit it. Let me see here. So you can roll a d4 for damage for that, but as it's a crit, you can do 2d4.
Great. Two 2d4.
Come on, Jane.
Oh,
Well,
man.
apparently it's not
Anyway,
particularly
I'm back onto the table.
It's not
Jeez,
particularly
what are you-
susceptible to
Oh
fire
my
damage,
God.
apparently.
It's sluggy. Should shrivel right up. Eat it.
Salt. It should have been salt damage. Do
Yeah,
that.
do salt damage.
Yeah, that's what you need. But nonetheless, you did singe it a little bit, and it did reel back from it slightly. Octavius.
So you tell me, Gore, am I able to? Would I attack this thing, or would I run from it?
Well, I don't want to tell you what to do, but up until now, you've not really engaged anything like toe-to-toe, because it's too risky.
Okay.
So...
Then I'm going to run.
I would say if
backwards?
an opportunity arose for you to get a sly poke, and you're not the attention of, you're not the highlight of his attention, I would say that would be fine. Or as before, ranged weapons would be fine.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm gonna run behind and shoot with my crossbow.
Okay, makes perfect sense. Lug it. A well-placed
Jesus.
shot will hit and do a total of 13. Good roll. All right. Is that the crossbow pistol you found?
Yeah. I just have it as a crossbow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just so you know that was actually a crossbow. It's like a crossbow pistol,
Okay.
and it doesn't do D8 damage.
Oh, what does it do?
Let me confirm it.
Whatever the top would have been then.
Yeah,
It's different.
no, that's fine. I just noticed, and that's why I wanted to check to see. Let's see. Yeah, D6 hand crossbow.
D6. Okay, then -2 off.
So we take
11
2 off
total.
that, but that's just but that allows you to fix your macro for
Just changed it.
whatever. There you go.
Perfect.
Okay, cool. It's still a hell of a good shot, and definitely got this thing's attention as it writhed from the blow. Trip.
Yeah. I hate that I'm kind of a one-trick guy at this point.
It's a good trick. Don't
It's a-
stop
yeah,
the
it's a
trick.
good
Trick
trick at
works.
this point.
One trip guy.
One trip.
I'm a
One trip.
guy.
One trip. pony.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand in front of my younger siblings and hold my shield out, shield and sword. But I'm not gonna wield a sword because it's not as strong as, calling this guy a used bag of dice.
Okay.
Which is what I think I'll prefer to do.
All right. So you're gonna vicious mockery it again.
Yeah. Oh.
It
Oh, we
will
got
do
some damage
4.
this time.
Let's give it a saving throw, which is okay.
Please, Mr. Sluggy Boy, don't be strong of will. Be
It's
what I would imagine a sluggy boy
it is
like.
going to be strong of will. So it doesn't take the damage. It must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d4 psychic damage and have disadvantage. So it unfortunately
It does
this thing
nothing.
shrugged it off.
Ah,
I didn't see the
Yeah.
roll. Oh.
Never
I
mind.
didn't see the roll either.
I didn't either.
Oh,
Don't
it was
believe you.
20.
Special roll.
It rolled. It was 21.
Oh,
Of
Oh, for
course
some
it
reason I
was.
rolled it
Huh,
to
how
myself.
interesting.
Chat can confirm I'm not lying to you. They can see it.
Liar.
They're on your side. I don't know.
Yep. But
And
there
after
it
we
is.
roll it, we didn't see.
It has strong self-esteem. That's it. Yep. Okay, leaving the last action to Seth, unless of course you wanted the dog to get in there.
No, he's pretty hurt, so I'm
Okay.
gonna
All right, Seth.
keep him back.
You feel like fisticuffs against a slug creature, or?
No. I will pick up a bone on the
Okay.
floor, move over here, and chuck it. I have proficiency with improvised weapons, and my weapon die is the same as the fisticuffs. It's the improvised weapon damage is always the same. It's my moxie.
Oh, okay.
So I
I'll
want
allow
to
you to throw
the.
a sharp femur bone at it.
It will probably use my
Okay.
dex, I imagine. Right? 'Cause
it will if it's using a ranged attack. Yes, if you're throwing
Yeah.
it.
bone improvise. Well, this is probably just going to completely clatter and miss, but hey. Sorry, I just got to set it up because I didn't think I was going to be doing this. So
Hey, that's why you have improvised weapon throwing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, you never know when you got to hurl a femur bone like a throwing dagger, or it will not hit the target.
God.
Yeah, my dex is crap. So
Okay, it has a chance to do something now. And I think really there's only two choices because there's two of you directly in front of it. So we're going to do like we like to do. We're going to roll this one very average because both of you have like done things to it. So neither one of you is the ideal target. One or a two, it's going to be drawn to Doug. 3 or a 4, it is going to be drawn to Trip. And Trip, you win the prize.
sorry, Trip.
Good.
Hooray.
That's the goal.
Don't get spat on. Uh-oh.
Get spat on. Okay, so it has multiple attacks, which is a fun thing.
Oh, that's not fun. Okay.
All right, so first of all, it lashes out with one of its kind of bony, sharpened tentacles.
I hope it does so poorly.
I don't know. You tell me. Will that strike you, or will that not strike you?
It's just gonna barely miss because I got this fancy little shield.
Whew.
Good deal. And then it like dives at you as it closes its maw, and the 4 points to come together to form that beak. It like dives at you and tries to peck you like some demented
that's scarier.
ostrich.
I don't like that.
And it fails even worse.
Yes.
You know,
So there you go.
hopes and dreams really have a lot of power in D&D. That's the lesson to learn here.
There you go. All right, Dougie,
Yes.
what do you wish to do?
I'm going to strike him again.
Shoot it. Short
No,
arm
Trip!
Doink.
Boink.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, you'll plug
Wow.
in for that.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Okay.
Smack.
Shot.
Right. So
Hunter's mark.
she forgets. He forgets.
Only
He did.
I did not forget. I only have one.
Oh, okay.
Limited.
Make sure you weren't forgetting the
He's trying to
mechanic.
save it.
No, I
Okay, save
remember.
it. Savor it. Okay.
Because we don't get rust here.
Yeah, that might be the trade-off.
That was a delayed dice roll. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, where'd that come
What
from?
was that
I
for?
don't know.
That was probably the one you said.
That was the
Which one?
that was the
10.
one.
No, it didn't even do a thing. It just rolled it out.
Sure,
Weird.
interesting. Weird.
Entivase. Yep. So you shot at it, Jenna.
Mhm.
What do you want to do?
All right. Since I threw my torch, I can now attack with my light crossbow from up here.
Okay.
I move to the side a little bit. Get a
All
good
right.
shot.
You plug it for 6. So, with it being so kind of spongy and porousy, it's taking damage from all these piercing shots, but you are noticing that they're not doing as much as they probably should be.
Okay.
Cough, resistance, cough. But it is Octavius' turn.
Okay, with Trip being in front now, would I feel a little more emboldened to maybe take a little step up and kind of swipe from like behind him?
If you wish.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't say that you absolutely have to quake in terror. Just obviously, you're not going to take risks. So I think if you feel like you could step down off the table onto the bench and like just
Yeah, that's kind of what
and then
I'm
like
thinking.
leap back, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Okay.
It's unlikely to attack you while all the time it's trying to stab your brother to death. So
Yeah. So I think out of sheer from this point, like fear, I think I would get so worried that let's see, where is it? Where are you?
And also, just as a reminder, that is kind of like, it's not the controlling force, it's just kind of like a feeling. You know what I mean? So you're not, like, he's not controlling you.
Right.
It's just you've got his kind of demeanor.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. I'm going to, I think my body's going to activate one of my skills I got on second level here. And
Nice.
it's Crimson Right.
Okay.
I think it's more of a reaction, almost a reactionary thing more than me actually outwardly doing it, because it's more out of instinctual fear at this point to try to down this thing.
Okay. Alrighty.
And I'm going to activate it because I
So
think
activates as a bonus action.
yeah. So I think it's interesting where I'm almost going against what my body is wanting me to do in that sense. So it's going to I have to roll a 1d4 for damage.
Yeah, it's because you also take necrotic damage for doing this, right?
I do. So I kind of like activate it and like and it
Ow!
hurts a
Oh,
lot.
that was a cool
Whoa,
dice roll.
that was a really cool
It
dice
went-
roll.
Yeah, all my dice rolls are so cool today.
Okay, so you yourself
Yes.
basically burn yourself with necrotic energy, and your hemocraft does 4 points of damage. But any attack you make counts as magical and deals extra damage equal to your hemocraft dice. So whatever, you'll get to roll a d4 to add to it, but it also does count as a magical attack.
Yeah, okay. And that's, I think, since this is the first time I'm using it, I think it hurts so much because I've never used this before.
And you weren't quite expecting it to smart quite so bad.
Yeah, like it almost like, ow, 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 ow. But I still am able to compose myself and take a swing at the creature here.
Come on, hit it! Yes!
Good swing.
Good shot.
Nice. Bad damage, but good swing.
But you still get to add a d4, and it does all count as magical damage. So
okay, here's my extra d4 of fucking course, because hey, that's what's going
here's
on.
The thing.
Huh?
9 points of damage, not reduced, is enough to put the bosh on this thing. How do you want to kill this Grick?
I think I'm literally just gonna barely peek out from behind Trip and just stab my sword at it, almost blindly.
Right.
And as it hits it, the sword is going to glow this reddish, fire-hot heat color, and it's going to singe in the point where I stuck it in to the animal, and it's just going to, writhe around, finally screaming its last little yelp, and then
okay, yeah, it kind of like coils itself up into a tight thing and like convulses, and then and like just becomes a relaxed muscle of nastiness on the floor.
And as I take a step back, I'm going to look at my rapier, and it's going to have that like reddish kind of glow to it.
Okay, cool beans. Alrighty, and the effects of that will last until you finish a short or long rest. So for the foreseeable future, it will do that, which is fun. Okay, well, congratulations, you murdered that horrible, nasty, slimy thing.
Octavius, again, when did you learn swordplay?
Well, I've been practicing in my room. On my bedpost.
All those noises that you heard that sounded like this.
Yeah, we go through sheets
those
like you wouldn't believe.
That was him. That was him hacking at stuff. It wasn't what you thought it was.
Yes.
I maybe have been practicing a little bit in my room.
Is everyone okay?
Oh, it shows.
Trip?
Good show.
Did it get you? Did it get you there, bud? I'm gonna kind of check him over.
Hold up the shield and be like, I'm good. I'm good, Dad. I'm good.
Oh, okay.
And a hell of a shot early on. That was.
Thank you. You know, just when I see something coming from my babies, I just something comes over me. Gemma, maybe we stop opening things. How about that, hon?
I didn't open anything. It just popped out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. Maybe like telling someone to not be attacked by things is kind of
Yes.
iffy.
I thought you let it out. Okay, just want to make sure.
I didn't.
I thought it was the centipedes all over again. Okay.
No, that was me. That was all me.
Okay.
I did the creepy crawly release.
Yeah, that was my fault, and I'll own up to it.
Okay. Well, as you were heading up this way towards the crypt, the family crypts, you just got sidetracked with, "What's that Oko for?" But you may continue on your merry way. See, up until then, that little Grick had just found its way into here and was munching down on stuff and minding its own business.
Goody, let's go find other things. They're probably doing the same. All right, ready to go.
Now that the centipedes are out of the coffin, I'm wondering if there's anything else to see there. Most likely not, but this house is only surprises.
Okay.
I did not check the upper ones. The doors were cracked already, so I was a little bit nervous about it. So let's go see what's on the plaque here.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay. Again, the plaque here says Durst. But before, you've noticed that the labels of the actual occupants are on the doors themselves. Okay. The topmost is completely blank. It does not have a name on it. and there is no coffin in there. It is an empty chamber. However, the bottom one. Epic Loot Gaming! What's up? Welcome to the show. We appreciate the raid. Welcome,
done.
guys.
Thank you.
The bottom one doesn't have a name on it, but it's kind of a little bit more ornate. Almost. Give me a. Let's see. You are. I'd say both Gemma and. Both Gemma and Trip. You're pretty close to be able to see this. Both of you give me a perception check, please.
Did you mean Octavius?
I did. Sorry. Yes.
Close, yeah.
That's okay. I just want to make sure
Yeah.
I was rolling the right thing.
Okay. Both of you will notice that the kind of ornate carvings that are kind of around the edge of where the nameplate should be matched the ornate carvings on the baby's crib upstairs. While there is no name here, it's fair to assume that this was probably meant to be the resting place of Walter. What's up, Raiders? Good to see you guys.
I think we found Walter's area.
Perhaps we should go inside and check the walls. Or...
Do we have to?
Is he in there or?
I'll walk in if something pops out.
So you
at
kind
me.
of like step in.
Don't want to get in
over
trouble
the...
for it.
No, you're
Or you just
fine.
want to lean in and look. Okay.
Go ahead.
And we'll take a one step in.
Yeah, I mean you can climb over and into the hole.
Please don't close the door as any pranks, because I don't like that.
All right. Yeah, I mean, there's
no
some.
closing
You've got a
anywhere.
torch, so
Do
you
not
kind of
close
look in there. There's room for, a full-size coffin to be put in here, but there is not one in here. It is just an empty crypt, basically. The others all had coffins in and were sealed, except for Mrs. Durst's, which was found slightly ajar. These are open and have not been sealed yet, so they're probably meant for future family members.
I do not think there's anything in there. Here's a question. After those centipede thingies crawled out, did we look inside the coffin?
No, that's what I was saying earlier.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean...
Was there? Did you check already?
I didn't get to check. I was following you because we had to check this.
Great.
I guess it's
After
something
you.
to do, right? Oh, okay.
Hey. No.
Did
closing there.
did Gemma and Octavius see the names of Rose and Dorn on the other crypts?
They did.
Yeah, they were up
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
Yeah, this was Rose. This is Roosevelt,
Roosevelt,
and this was Thorns here.
Yep.
Careful of possible more centipedes.
Okay.
Could be more.
So this is
that
the
heads
one
up.
that you kind of like pulled open.
Yep.
Let's see here.
It was full of centipedes. Don't know if we remember this.
Okay. So as you kind of like, you're able to see more in there now. There is a stone sarcophagus in there. And again, the lid was ever so slightly ajar, not completely on, but nowhere near off by any means. Just enough for those creatures to kind of crawl up and out and over the lip.
I'll get up to it and kind of stand off to the side so anybody behind me can look in.
Okay. I don't think there is anybody behind you.
Yeah, I'm just like
They're like,
waiting
"Go on.
for. I'm waiting for
Go
a
ahead, Trip."
backup.
I'm here.
If I turned around and I didn't see anybody, I'd probably just be like, "Oh God, oh no!"
Okay.
Oh.
Do you have a light source of some kind?
Yeah, I have a
You do.
torch with me. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, as I said, there's probably about a half a foot gap.
Yeah, I'm. if nobody's coming up behind me to like oversee this, I'm just gonna open the thing.
You just kind of grab it and slide it
I'm
further.
just gonna slide it further off. Yeah.
Okay. Other than some kind of, so what? It's there's no corpse in there. First of all, but what would have been like nice velvet cushioned interior is kind of rotten and rancid and just in general decayed. But let's see. What is your what's your passive investigation?
It should be at, because I have the plus to it. It should be a 17 total.
The passive?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're smart enough to know that you can see as you kind of look and examine this. This is beyond natural wear and tear. It's like, it's almost like it literally rotted, like somehow festered and just decayed away. And probably not altogether in a natural way either.
So like exposure to her probably did that. Okay. Yeah, if that's all I'm seeing in it, then and I don't want to like rummage through this thing because it's gross.
Now that being said, you can see clearly how all of the other sarcophaguses can be opened because you've figured out how to open this one.
Okay. That being said, I'll turn around and.
Right, so yeah,
so
Trip
yeah,
kind of climbs back out of the hole.
They open. You just slide the top off. It's that one's
Grab the ring pull,
probably
lift, and pull.
a little gross. But we can definitely check on the other ones.
Well,
Okay.
why don't we
Well,
go
Mr.
across-
Durst is the one that would be here. And then you know that Roses was here and Thorns was here.
Right. I mean, let's just go across the hall, open the others, and if there's no one in there, we take their backpacks, and I'm going to point at Octavius and Gemma, and we throw them in and seal them. You know.
I'm not sure I follow you. Seth, do you want to put the children in the
No,
coffins?
no, just their backpacks. You know, for the ghosts.
How exactly?
I mean, we can go get the actual bodies and lay them to rest in their intended resting place.
I mean, wait, but you said the ghosts are in the backpacks. I mean, that's what he said.
They're not in the backpacks.
What?
They're being followed, as it were.
In the backpacks. We've been talking about ghosts in backpacks.
Right. Okay.
Seth, they don't have backpacks.
So you're
Well, they
muted
have
again.
slings.
Your mic's gone out, Jane, if you're speaking.
Boo!
I just love that. That we didn't.
Yeah, some kind of mic
She just
conflict.
hissed.
There you are, you're back.
Eh.
What if we take all the bodies we found and put them in the respective places?
Yeah, that sounds like the right thing to do.
Okay, but
Something-
we still haven't found Walter or
Right.
We
What is-
don't know who
It's
that
a good
is running around.
start.
Right
Right.
Okay.
So we'll put them all and see what's left. Right.
Okay, let's do that.
I'll open up for Mr. Durst here if anybody wants to get his body. Oh, it's scattered. That's going to be hard.
Maybe just like the main pieces will be fine.
As much as we can gather.
I mean, it was... Mr. Durst was kind of scattered because she grabbed it and pulled it apart, but it's not scattered into like thousands of pieces. I mean, it's still mostly... I mean, it would not be
Chunks.
hard to pick all of the pieces up. Oh, here's a hand, and there's a
Hers is
femur,
ready, though.
there's a skull, half a ribcage here.
Who's going to go upstairs and get the others? Upstairs.
The
no one
kids.
should do anything alone.
Yeah, we
should
go
probably
together.
all
There's
go
the buddy
together.
system that Father talked
Yes,
about,
we-
and I also mentioned first, but
Yes, we go together for sure. Everyone needs to stay together.
It's the right idea. I think the buddy system should be extended to all. I think we're all buddies. I'm gonna go ahead and push it.
I'm your buddy.
It's nice.
He's
We
your
are all
buddy.
nice.
Yeah.
Very nice
Well,
of you. Yes.
while Trip does that, I'm gonna go to this one over here and kind of repeat the actions.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
To
show like
speed
so.
up the
This is how
process.
they open up. You just lift
Okay.
it, and then for
Okay.
the.
So you're going to open all of the little sarcophagus-y chambery things. Okay.
And when I get to this one, I'm going to be like, and because of the possibility of centipedes, can I please have some support on this one?
Well, just remember to close the door if they come out.
I'm right here with you, son. Don't worry. I got you. I won't let them get you. And I'm gonna ready my bow.
Seeing that, I'm going to be like, you probably won't. I'm just going to go ahead and like open the thing.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of like push the bottom and slide the lid round. It is indeed empty, which isn't a great surprise considering you believe Mr. Durst's corpse is down the way. But unlike the Mrs. Durst corpse coffin, this is all still fully intact. All the velvety, cushiony stuff is still pristine. There's a nice little pillow where a head would, where his head would rest. It's fine. There's no decay or anything on this one at all. Like somehow, whatever unpleasant thing had infected Mrs. Durst, it kind of transferred to her coffin, but it doesn't seem to have affected him in that same way.
Okay. Oh, that's a good sign.
I'm gonna open this one. See if the coffin looks ajar.
Nope, but it's not ajar. But again, it's openable if you want to slide it off.
I will do that.
Okay, and you will see the same thing. A pristine, beautiful coffin, ready for
A deposit.
yeah, all ready for Roosevelt Durst to be laid to rest when her time should come. Sadly, of course, her corpse was never found and laid to rest. She is dead up in the attic. So,
Yeah, I will repeat the process for.
and you will find the same here for Thorn.
So I'll return and say, no centipedes. So good, right?
Yep. All the others, it was only Mrs. Durst's coffin that seems to have somehow been decayed by unpleasantness. But at least you know that you don't have to battle centipedes every time you lift the lid, so.
I wouldn't mind bringing down Rose's body.
It is a ladder. It's kind of difficult to do alone.
Well, actually, you
No,
came
it
down the
was not a
spiral
ladder.
stairwell here that went all the way
There
straight
was
to
a
the
stairwell,
attic.
Yeah, it was right around the stairwell. Yep.
And being that they're completely decayed and nothing but skeletal forms, I would think that Gemma and Octavius would be able to carry.
I have my built-in buddy system. Let's go.
Okay.
Right.
So you two are going to go up and get the bones of Roosevelt and the bones of young Thornbolt.
Yeah.
Okay. Is everybody going to collect these two, or are they just going up and coming back?
I'm not leaving him alone, so I'm
Yeah,
definitely
I don't
going
think
with.
I think the buddy system extending to all of us.
Okay, so the buddy system is we all go wherever
Yeah.
one
I get a
goes.
little
Okay.
visibly annoyed as I see everybody follow us. Like, could have
Alrighty.
done it ourselves.
I feel a
believe in
little
You
better.
bring them down. Yep, you go up there. You carefully pick up the frail skeletal forms of Roosevelt and Thornbolt, and
Thornevelt.
come back down.
Okay.
Thorny boy.
All right, we do a nice
Rosavalda and
processional
Thornbolt.
walk towards.
Dum, 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 dum.
Okay.
Okay.
First body.
And you're going to lay Rosavalda's
Which one is this?
Rosavalda into hers.
Yes.
Okay. You do so. So here's what happens.
Oh,
Die.
You.
You lay Rosavalda's corpse in the coffin, and an immediate kind of feeling, a complete wash of relief and tranquility and peace just comes over your body. But I'm going to message you a thought that pops up into your tiny little Gemma brain.
Why is it tiny?
Yeah, what?
Because you're little.
Okay.
You fit on a virtual tabletop.
You're
You can't
little.
be that big.
I thought I was smart.
You're still little.
I want a big brain.
You know, it's like they say, big brain, big pain. You know, it's just, you know.
Big pain, big brain, big pain.
That's the last thought that doesn't belong to you that you have.
Can read your lips as you're saying it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's. I'll let you
can't
decide
read
what
it.
you want to do with that. It is not a compulsion. It is just a
I will
request.
comply, yeah.
Okay. I doubt anybody would see what you're doing because
Okay.
the body's in the coffin, and you're the only one in there with it right now. So,
Oh.
Okay.
I would have been right behind her
okay.
as I
Yeah,
have been
and
the
you
whole
would,
time.
'cause you have been the entire time.
The whole time.
Octavius will see it, and I'll message you.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, she'll tell you what you see her do.
Okay.
Okay. But after that, whether you do or do not comply with that final fleeting request, you no longer have the compulsions and thoughts that you did before. That persona that was living in the back of your mind has gone. You are now purely Gemma Mildwood.
Okay, when I walk out and I look at my dad and I go, I think I need to apologize.
Uh-oh.
What is happening
I feel
to
like
you?
myself now.
Oh my God, she's turning into a robot!
I'm pretty sure I did some things that
There you go.
disrespected you, and I'm sorry.
Oh, Gemma, it's okay, honey.
I wasn't myself.
Are you feeling better? Is your little friend gone?
She is resting.
Okay, I'm so glad, and I'm just gonna scoop her up and give her like a big like strangling hug, like just a little too much. Of
Hug
like,
you back.
oh my
Okay.
sweet dear, I was so worried I wasn't gonna get you back.
Octavius is
Oh.
standing there behind you, holding a small corpse, going.
All right, let
There's this
Octavius-
beautiful
he
moment
needs
going
to be
on, and there's a guy with a dead body right behind him.
Let's get Octavius back to
It's
normal.
so funny.
Okay.
Nothing like a nice empty backpack, you know?
Come on, Octavius. You'll only go if I go with you. I get it. Come on.
I'm waiting like patiently, like a little nervous dad.
Okay. So you're going to do the same thing? You're going to take the little corpse and put it in here, Octavius, or are you doing something different?
No, well, I wouldn't be doing that, that's for sure.
So you want to hand the corpse to?
Yeah, no, I would not. I'd be too terrified to do that.
Okay, I'll help. I'll help.
Okay. Well, Octavius, I'm sending you a message.
Okay.
This is the thought. And again, it is a thought, and after this, and you basically get to decide what you want to do with that. It's not a compulsion.
Where did you send it to me, Gore?
A direct message
Zoom
on
chat.
the Zoom chat.
Oh, the Zoom chat.
Yeah.
I didn't get a... Ah, there it is.
I'm sure chat will figure out what's going on here in just a little bit. So,
Okay, I'll pull on Gemma's robe. Stop.
What?
We need this. That needs to be in a different place.
What? His body?
Yes, we need it to be with his sister.
Does he not feel rested?
Just, I need to. It needs to be with the sister.
Oh. Right. Okay. Sure. Come on.
Okay,
Okay. I'm gonna pick up the body.
so yeah, the
again.
two grown-ups, you'll witness that
It's
they come
gross.
back out carrying the corpse.
But very fascinating.
Oh, what happened? Did it not work?
1 moment, please.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I'm
Doug,
going
Doug. He said please.
Walk.
I think
He
it's.
said please to you. That's good.
He usually does. He's a very good boy.
All right, I am going to lie
I'm gonna hurry after
Thorn
them.
next to Rose in this coffin.
Okay. As soon as you do so, as soon as Thorn is laid next to Rose, a really weird thing happens. It's like the two little skeletons, both their arms like go
Aww.
and like flop into like a little hug.
It's that thing that I always romanticized when I was in emo in middle school, and I was just like, that's the most romantic thing.
And an
skeleton
immediate
balloon
wash
baby.
of release and peace and tranquility blows down over Octavius as you feel the last remaining remnants of Thornbold leave you.
Impure.
You okay?
Yes, it was getting full in there.
Of what emotions?
Yes, that would not seeming to be mine.
Okay. Also at this point, let's see. Where are you at? No. Okay, you're good. Go ahead.
Okay, we need to go. It seemed to have worked, everybody. I think we need to proceed with getting all the rest of the bodies.
Octavius, are you back to normal too? My sweet boy? I'm gonna go and just like grab his little cheeks and just kind of, oh, my sweet boy! You're okay!
I'm gonna swipe Doug away from me and take a few steps. Like, I'm fine, Father.
Oh, yes. There we go. That's the boy I love. There we go. There we go. I'm so proud of you both. Oh, I can't believe it. We did it. We're beating this house.
Well, not quite yet. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, but
Don't talk too loudly.
Just aside to Seth, I'm gonna be like, I'm starting to think that fella running around might be Walter.
Oh.
really?
I said this aside to Seth, but yeah, everyone can hear me talk because I don't speak quietly. I'm a bard.
Oops, sorry.
It's
If you want to just take the hit,
Baby.
I won't.
So I assume this is happening while Trip and Seth are walking to
Yeah. To go get the bones. Yeah.
to get
Okay.
the bones of Gustav, or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
Right.
Gustav Durst. Yep. That was the corpse that was all busted apart in the master bedroom that was down here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that monstrosity isn't a baby.
No.
Yeah,
but
I won't make
she
you walk all
survives.
the way down there with your tokens.
Okay,
I mean,
okay.
basically, I know
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
going down into this room down here. You're going to gather them all up.
So when we get down there, I'm going to look to Trip and be like, "Do we take her too?"
I mean, her crypt was already desecrated.
So no, I'm just going to step over.
So y'all are going to basically leave the one that you leave Mrs. Durst the Ghast down there and just bring back Gustav Durst's broken corpse.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna walk with Trip to that top part and just watch as he does what he does.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop him in there.
Then you put Gustav's corpse in, and in theory, he would now be, hopefully, laid to rest. Although none of you are possessed by him, so, you don't really know. However, let's see. I would like Douglas to give me a perception check, please.
Uh-oh.
It's the fatherly bond check.
Let's see. Perception.
Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Because you are in the hallway, you were the only one that would really hear it. Probably your dog's ears prick up as well.
Mhm.
Somewhere to the south of you, you hear a very faint sound go. As if something heavy and stone moved.
What's that? Gemma, did you hear that?
You
No.
also hear a very, very faint voice that sounds very familiar. And
Can I
a
hear
little
what they're
girl's
saying?
voice says, "This way, this way."
Oh, I think I heard something. Everyone, follow me this way. And I'm gonna just start
Yes, Father. Of course.
looking at that
As
way.
the now
Come on,
very
Octavius.
peaceful and content spirit of Rose might have just offered you a glimpse of help.
Aw.
Close friends. Yes.
Love it.
Fascinating.
Which way would that have been?
You tell me,
This
because
way?
you couldn't really identify exactly where it was, but
It was this way.
Where was the door?
Wait, no.
Okay.
Wait, yes. Yes.
I'm just gonna keep running to where I heard it.
okay.
Wasn't it?
Yes, and where this was where the stone wall was, but there is
Whoa,
no
oh,
stone
wow.
wall there.
There we go.
anymore.
Okay.
That was
There is a
confusing.
stairwell descending down.
Oh.
Look, it's open.
Oh, we did it.
The ghost, they
because
helped
the-
us.
Gemma,
Basement has a basement?
Thank you, Rose. Yes.
Basement has a basement.
Why
Okay.
is this place cursed? That's awesome.
but indeed, it does descend down yet another level.
This is
I don't have a
Huge.
torch, so I'm gonna let whoever has light
I
go ahead of
do.
me.
Yeah, because for those who are in chat, that's what Douglas sees, because he's in front and has no
okay.
I'm like
light.
stuck.
Somewhere
I'm
here.
gonna take out a torch that's
There you
not
go.
lit and hold it up to Trip. Like, I need a new torch.
Oh, yeah, and light
Okay, all right,
touch the tips.
just the tip.
Yay.
And you're going to descend down into the darkness then.
Mm-hmm.
As you do. All right. Let me go ahead and grab you guys. Oh, where did he disappear to?
Ooh,
You.
I'm behind the dog.
I don't see you.
No, he's here.
Like his...
He's
oh,
behind the
ah!
Hey, he's right there.
There he is. His token, like, literally vanished on my screen.
But I was.
Steam's haunted.
It's okay.
Ooh.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
seriously, I was right behind.
I know you. That's where you was,
Yeah,
and then
I know,
it
I know.
vanished. I thought somehow you'd accidentally
The
deleted your
dog ate
token.
you.
No, it's not the first time.
All right. If you will indulge me just a second to is that kind of the order you guys are going down in?
I was behind actually, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I would be leading.
Then let me.
Because I
I'm
don't
going to
want
put you all in a nice little line, and then that way I can move you all efficiently to where I need you in one group. Okay. Alrighty. Hold on. Hold a second. There you are. Okay, I have moved you appropriately. Now, something you will all maybe be able to hear, and it is going to be a very faint sound. So,
Do we perceive?
nope. You will either hear it or you won't. You can hear very faint whispering somewhere in the distance down this corridor.
Okay.
Everyone be very careful.
We'll be so careful.
Somebody
worry.
somebody's chanting down here. Do you hear it?
I mean, it
It-
sounds
it
like
was
they're
like-
reading something.
Okay.
Like what Gemma does sometimes when she's reading her little books.
Spell incantation. We need to be. We need to be
We've
very
got,
careful. Let's sneak without talking, please.
Yes. Everyone be very quiet.
Very, very sneaky, sir.
We've got little alcoves ahead. With
Can I come join at the front so I can look for, just in case it's something I might know.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
that'd
Go
be
ahead.
Thank you. Right, I'm gonna get up next to Trip then. Let's go.
I'll scoot over a little bit so you can. It's like a
Okay.
long hallway with a bunch of little icons or things in the alcoves. I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. Head down.
This don't like this one bit. Be careful.
I'm just gonna try to peek around.
Okay. It is a large chamber that is full, as Trip already said, of little kind of tiny alcove shelves. Multiple pillars are in the center to support the weight of such a large open chamber. There are 2 exits in the southern wall. Every alcove has an item of some kind in it.
Can I take at least from here, just take a note of what the items are? That
Yeah, I mean, they're... From here, as long as you're not too far away, that seems to be a small, mummified hand of some kind on a loop of rope. Right there.
Okay, how about that?
You probably couldn't see that clearly from there. You're going to have to kind of get at least close enough, because these are all... most of them are fairly small items, so...
Okay.
Unless you're kind of close enough to really be able to look and pay attention to them, you're not going to really be able to...
I'll take a look.
Look at that one? Okay. Let's see. What is that one?
Come on. Shh. Come on.
Okay. It is a small wooden coffer.
Does it look like the same one from...
No, it is definitely smaller. It doesn't have a lock. It just kind of has a latch lid that you can lift up.
Can I touch it?
Gemma, you're very brave and very clever. I don't understand any of this, so I don't know what to tell you. But
Just
if they're doing a ritual and they need these in certain places, I don't know the ancient.
That one,
right. Okay.
the one that is in this thing here, in this one, it is a small, shrunken, shriveled head.
I'm actually going to take a moment. I'm going to pat Gemma on the shoulder a little bit and be like, I mean that though. You're very brave and very clever.
Thank you. Thank you.
Here,
so
have
much.
this. And I'm going to hand a little bardic inspiration die.
Aw.
Okay.
Thank you. Books, cleverness. It's nothing like you.
All right.
Bravery. Okay.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna.
All right, in that one is a little pedestal with a very large black feather on it. Much bigger than any bird that you will have seen, for sure.
Gotcha.
Like an ostrich-sized feather or bigger.
Oh, gotcha. So I'm like, what's up there, everyone? Tell me what's up there.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of like nervously peek.
Okay.
To the
This
next
alcove contains a knife carved with not metal, but probably bone. The whole knife is like whittled out of bone.
Just a bone knife over here. I'm gonna move to the next one.
Okay. That one is a dagger with a rat skull set into the pommel.
And a rat dagger.
All
Very
right.
evil stuff,
yes,
guys.
Octavius is going over here.
A ragger, yeah.
That's called a ragger in
Very good.
in the occult world. Good find.
Okay, that is a severed, withered finger, Octavius, in this one.
Ooh, okay. Can I deduce anything from any of this? I mean, it was just a weathered finger. Like, now that I hear what the items are, because again, this is Octavius's world here. He's
I would
starting to get
give.
into a little bit.
I would let him have a. Give me a history roll.
Okay.
17. Okay. It's clearly a humanoid finger. All of these things clearly they're on display. You're not entirely sure whether they're. Hold on, Jem, before you get any further. You're not entirely sure whether they're trophies or carefully placed items for some sick, twisted occult purpose. Either or could very easily be applicable, though. you don't know what was in the little coffer, but some of the other stuff, it's all very, very macabre. None of it really is... You're convinced every item here has some form of meaning. They're not just arbitrarily placed. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Okay, I'll back up to the center of the room.
Okay.
Say, tread lightly, family. There's evil afoot.
I'm gonna peek
I
around
think there
this
is a
corner.
foot over here. So
Is this water?
Yes.
It's louder.
it's
Oh
getting
shit! What is
louder.
that?
Okay, so Douglas, you are looking at this alcove here. That is a 8-inch diameter varnished orb. But it seems to be kind of all spongy and vacuousy and... Oh shit, it's a fucking eyeball.
Ew. I'm just kidding, it's an eye, and it's very gross.
Gemma, the chanting is coming from down here, clearly.
Okay,
That's why it's gotten louder when you're down there.
gotcha. And then I see water. I think.
There is water, yep.
I see something on this. What can I see from this distance of like what's on this pedestal?
Okay, there appears to be an altar on the pedestal. There's something on top of the altar, but you probably couldn't make out what it is from there for sure.
Okay, I'm gonna signal and then point this way.
What is it? What is it?
This is where the whispering's coming from.
Do you see anybody chanting?
Not yet. Put them.
Everyone be very
Gemma, you can see that there is like this area here. Move it down so chat can see as well. This area here is like all raised up. This is like you go upstairs. It's like an upper balcony that is going all the way around this water-filled
Oh, wow. Okay.
area.
And any movement at all? Do I see? Coming?
No, you hear no. But you can definitely hear the echoey chants, these ghostly chants coming from this chamber.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Untold Odysseys, thank you for the raid. Good to see you guys.
Oh, thank
Hey,
you.
thank
Untold
you.
Odyssey.
Raid hype.
I'm gonna wade, I guess, into the water to see how deep it is at this point. I mean,
Okay.
I'm gonna follow.
Alrighty.
be careful.
They're saying he is the ancient, he is the land. He is the ancient, he is the land.
The water is about 2 foot deep, which is fairly deep for a young Octavius. I mean, obviously he's not going to be underwater, but it is 2 foot deep. So I mean, it's just above your, it's up just above your knee there, Seth.
Octavius, I'm gonna look back.
Yes.
Maybe you should piggyback your father.
I will do no such thing.
Oh, come
What's
on. we
up,
need to do
guys?
it.
Welcome
We
to
used to
Check.
love it.
I will do no such thing.
But you're gonna be treading what? I mean,
Come on, we talked about this. I don't want you to drown.
Up on the
You haven't
shoulders,
finished your swimming
Octavius.
lessons yet.
I will be fine. I go in the kiddie pool all the time and I'm fine.
Okay, it's not. It might be deeper than that. Remember, we don't have our water wings here.
I don't need them.
Okay, but just stay close to me so I can grab your hand in case it gess a little too deep. Okay, like we practiced. It's okay.
Might be an undercurrent.
You are underestimating what is abound in this entire chamber. The chanting.
I'm not. You're just not that strong of a swimmer yet. And
The
we haven't
ingredients.
gotten.
You should be more worried about
You're
what
still-
could possibly be coming than
You're
what.
still in the dolphins, and I told you before you get to sharks, you have to be able to tread for at least 20 minutes, and you can't do that yet.
I'm gonna
He's
whip
not a
around.
child.
I'm gonna whip around to my father and be like, "You are a bumbling fool, and I will suffer no more of this idiocy from you." And turn around and start stomping off through the water.
All right. How tall are you?
4 foot and some change. I'll tell you exactly how much.
pat Douglas on the shoulder.
So it's about waist height for you, pretty much.
Yeah,
then.
I mean it's about halfway,
Yeah.
roughly.
Roughly, yeah, maybe slightly. You're maybe slightly above waist height, but you're clearly like waiting.
And Doug, you could tell that little outburst seethed just like defiant energy more than anything else, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think you more embarrassed him, and so he just snapped at you and ran off.
Yeah. I'm gonna pat Douglas on the shoulder and just be like, well, Doug, bumbling, yes. Embarrassing, yeah.
I didn't
But
mean to
confident.
embarrass him.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Just he's not quite ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna
His
walk
sword is glowing
with
red
Octavius.
with magical
Okay.
power. I think he's about as ready as
What are those
Fair.
three?
So basically, they are. It looks like a small portcullis that would come down, but it is open, so you're able to walk through.
Oh, okay. So I walk it.
Immediately to your left, you can see what appears to be like a ratchet handle that probably raises and lowers that portcullis.
Let's keep that open.
There's no one in here. Who's chanting?
So the acoustics in this place are phenomenal, but it's coming from everywhere, like all around you.
Spirits.
Be gone, spirits.
We need to go see what's on the altar.
I don't want to.
Everybody hold hands and make a chain to
Come
get
on,
to the.
please. I'm gonna grab Octavius' hand to hold it.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to grab his other hand.
Let's go.
Okay, we got it. Well,
Oh shit.
see, hand holding it solves everything.
Okay. At this point, suddenly you hear a loud as the portcullis just dropped all by itself. Right as the last of you stepped through, and right as the strange chanting stopped.
So is
One must die. One must die. One
Oh,
must
I don't.
die.
I don't think. Dad?
I'm gonna start pulling them back towards the entrance.
hey,
Dad,
Did
is he saying what I think? Are they?
Yes, honey,
my
they
God.
are.
Oh my God.
We're just gonna.
Doug, that's closed, by the way. Where you just walked.
Oh, this is close.
Yeah, that's actually a portcullis there that's kind of
Oh,
come
that's where
down
it's
and
at. Okay.
yeah.
Well, I still back into it because that's.
Yeah, you're
where
like backs
I'm
up against it.
Try
looking
the
at the thing, I was like, I was
the
gonna see
lever.
about jamming this thing.
going. Push it. Open it back up. Open it back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the wheel and try to open it. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It is so incredibly rusted, solid under the water. It's like, how the hell did it open or move in the first place? It's like rusted solid. Like, this would take some serious work to get this thing to release. But you know, you just witnessed the thing turn. But it's like, when you go to turn it, it's like...
I guess my other question is, did the dog make it before it happened, or was the dog on the
I
other
didn't
side?
the dog would be through.
He'd be with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I figured.
I figured unless someone specifically said that they were leaving the dog behind, you brought it with
Sorry.
you.
Yes. No, he's always with me.
Escape at this point, I believe, is futile. We are in their game
What are
now.
those? What are? I start pointing up to these.
Materializing all around the balcony at the top, you start to see some strange, translucent, spectral figures begin to appear. Slowly but surely, each one kind of fades into existence as it continues to chant, "One must die. One 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 must die.
There's so many of them.
Why must one die?
Why must one die?
One must die.
Oh, no. Nobody hear of that name.
Whoever one must is, I feel bad for him.
Poor Juan.
It's
Poor Juan.
meaning.
One must die.
See how I can zoom this to get it as efficient as I can.
How do we turn it off?
One must die.
There we go.
I think I know how to do that.
One must
What?
die.
You're not gonna
One must
go.
die.
We have to see what's on the altar.
Must die.
Come on.
One must die. One
Okay,
must
everybody just
die.
hold on to each other.
No, but we're holding hands, so you're
Holding
dragging me
hands.
with you.
That's fine, but Octavius is very interested in all this right now.
One must die.
Okay. You're actively staying back there, Trip?
One must die. One
I was going to stick with the group. I haven't moved yet.
Okay.
must die.
Yep. If you're gonna move, please, so I know where everybody is. Very relevant.
One must die.
Okay.
Must die.
I'm gonna
One must die.
temporarily pause the.
It's a lot.
I can't hear you at all.
So, okay, in the center of this strange chamber, so you've seen the kind of raised dais that rises out of the water. As you approach the altar, you can see a little bundle of white cloth. Brown stains are on the center of it, and what appears to be a fairly ornate dagger lays next to it. Whatever's underneath it is probably about a foot long. A kind of small, swaddled, bundled shape.
Is that
Walter at the altar.
This is no time for songs,
I believe
unless I
that-
can help.
I believe that is the child, yes.
Open the blanket. Is he still breathing? Is he alive?
I don't think that is necessary, sister.
Check, please.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not even possessed anymore. I just do not want to do that. I already know what it is. I don't see any movement from the cloth on top.
Well, do we take it with us? Do we?
Fine, I'll do it. I'm gonna stand in the middle.
Okay.
Be careful.
I will. I'm just gonna really lightly pull. the
Okay.
blanket
So you've
open.
seen those weird magician's tricks where someone lays down on a bed and you see the blanket laying on top of them and they pick the blanket up and there's no one there? That's basically what happens. You pick up the blanket and just for a brief second you kind of see the faint outline of a white spectralist baby and then it disappears and in a puff, leaving nothing but this blood-stained cloth in your hands. However, almost immediately after that,
I drop it.
all of the ghostly forms around the chamber begin to chant, "One must die yet again."
So they did it, but it
But it didn't work.
didn't work.
Poor Walter.
One must die. One must die. One must die. One must
What is
die.
this?
One
Body's not here. Then
One must die. One must die. One must die.
Okay, the chanting is getting louder and louder as these
Okay.
forms all the way around you start to kind of look like they're getting noticeably angry and kind of like irritated all around you.
What is?
I've lowered the
this pile?
volume just so that everybody can
Yeah.
hear, but
yeah.
for game
this pile?
purposes, it is still at full volume.
Gora, what's this big pile here?
From what it appears over here, from where you're looking, it just looks like a big kind of pile of refuse and rubble and crap, like where everything might have just flowed to as like a catch-all.
I mean, what do we do?
I don't know. This isn't my thing. Octavius, Gemma, what do we do to make it happy or leave us alone?
Well, I think it's abundantly obvious at this point. They thirst for a sacrifice.
They got it. It's right here. It's the baby.
There's nothing there.
But
But I mean, we're clearly not going to kill one of ours. I mean, that's
Obviously.
insane. So
The sacrifices never worked anyways. Why are they so?
They didn't. We must.
what if
somehow-
we just tell them, no, thank you, not today. Maybe next time. I don't have any.
I'm curious if they'll attack us or there's so many of them.
If there is a refusal to the sacrifice call, there are going to be consequences.
We're not part of the sacrifice. We don't want anything to do with this. We just explain it's not us, not today.
Well,
Right.
by all means, please.
Well, we need to try to interrupt them. We need to go see if we can affect them at all. We need to go up there.
You want to go up to the ghost?
I don't want to.
I mean, they're not exactly like far away. We could just yell at them. I mean, they're yelling at us.
They're just up there on the balcony around you, about 8 feet up.
Maybe they can't attack or something.
Yep.
We should find out.
Hey, ghosts. We killed a bunch of centipedes. They're dead. So more than one died.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, like 6 or 7.
One must die.
And then there was the gas, monster thing. She's dead too. We can go get her. We can get them. Put them on this thing. What do you say?
One must die. One must die. One must die.
No, they're not listening to us.
Strahd's never gonna notice these assholes anyways.
Okay, we got to think about this. All right. What if?
One must die. One must die.
What if we?
Whatever the demon is here. What's
What if
that
we try
pile?
to-
I'm gonna point directly at the pile and be like, only
That
thing
was
we
the
have
pile
enough-
Gemma was looking at. It looks like just a pile of like crap and refuse, and where stuff is just like flowed down, kind of into that like little crevice, like a catch-all.
What were you going to say, Doug? You were going to say something,
Yeah.
Christy?
I was gonna say, what if we just maybe stab the baby again, and maybe that'll be enough. They'll see us. I don't like the idea. Maybe if they see us doing a sacrifice, they'll just go away. We just pretend.
What if we disrupt this whole
I don't know. I don't have anything
ritual?
else.
Like knocking over the altar, or perhaps we could break this circle octagon.
That'll make them
whatever this
mad.
is.
That'll make them angry. We wanna
UFC
make
fighters
them
will
Perhaps they
appear.
Or perhaps they will be sent back from whence they came.
I don't know. I don't know anything about this.
Yeah. When was the last time any of us went to church? A church.
Your mother keeps trying to get us to go, but we've just been so busy with the work, and I couldn't make it.
I mean, we're trapped in here. I'm gonna look back at the portcullis.
I mean, again, it's rusted, and it was clearly not easy to move. It is a mechanism. I'm not saying that it couldn't be made to move. It was just like when you went over and just like pulled on it, it was clearly kind of like rusted, solid. That at least would be your assumption. Unless, of course, there's some strange mystical force holding it closed and not fighting against you. Who knows?
I think we try my idea. Just pretend we're doing it and just see what happens. Maybe they'll be happy with that. Maybe that's all they want.
It might also make them mad that we're not taking them seriously.
They are getting louder and angrier. I mean, look at them.
Okay, well, I don't have any ideas. What?
I mean, each one of them is kind of like, you could imagine if it wasn't a spectral form, would be like a black-robed figure holding a torch.
Yeah.
And they're all just like looming down over you. And where their faces should be is nothing but a black void.
I'm gonna see if I can't find a rat in that pile of crap.
Okay.
Just gonna trudge over here.
Okay. Yeah, you wade through. It appears to be just, as I said, bits of rock, bits of bone, bits of tattered cloth, dirt, stone, decayed, rotting matter. But from what you can see, there's nothing moving around, or like no rats climbing on top of the pile, not even any insects or anything climbing on top of the pile. Should have brought a centipede with you. No.
Find one. Yeah, I'm gonna start digging around through it because.
Okay.
What else
You
is there
begin to
do?
kind of like start pulling. It's all gooey and nasty because a lot of it is decayed compost and stuff like that. So you're like, and it starts to stink horribly once you start to disturb it. Give me a fortitude save, please.
Con save then.
Yeah, con save. Okay, 14. It is almost unbearable. Like, you're like... As you're reaching through it. Fighting to keep your lunch down.
Since I'm the one that kind of saw the spectral baby and then I put the cloth back, I want to see if I can try to pick up the baby.
Like see,
Did it
like with
disappear
like
or
where the
not?
cloth is, like put the cloth back on top, or just like pick up, like try to clutch the invisible area.
Put the cloth back on top until when it forms again.
It does not form again.
Doesn't form again.
No.
Okay. Ooh.
And
Okay.
anything?
No. I need to know. I'm gonna start going towards Trip here and be like,
Okay.
I want to know, Trip.
Yeah, as you get closer, you start to smell this rancid smell as
Oh,
well.
God.
It's horrible. You're not close enough to have to.
I'm gonna climb a couple of the stairs here and look towards this one. See
Emma.
what they do.
I'll stop and turn if I hear her going that way.
It comes to the top
Towards
of the
me?
stairs and like looms ominously over you, and then that one points kind of directly at you and starts going, "One must die. One must die."
Hey,
I'm gonna go.
Back
no,
up.
no, 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 no,
back
no, no.
up. Be like,
Yeah, I'll like catch
Sorry.
you if you're.
yeah,
Okay, we're not gonna do that. No,
Okay.
Don't go up there.
your idea is sounding better and better. Let's just pretend to kill the baby and just see what happens.
If you can just pretend to
sorry.
do a ritual and see
All right, me? Okay.
whoever. Octavius,
No,
do you,
Octavius, do it.
do you know how to do one of these? You can tell your dad if you know how to do a sacrifice. It's okay.
Yes, I'm very versed on how to do a sacrifice.
Okay, just
Sacrifice
I'll just cover
baby.
my ears. I'm not gonna listen. You can say all the bad stuff you need to say. I'm just go right ahead. Go ahead. Are you doing it?
It's not going to work, but I'll give it a shot.
Just try for your dear old dad, okay?
Sure. And Octavius is, I guess, does it? Well, we need a sacrificial knife, I think.
There was one on the table.
Oh, great, perfect. Okay.
It's like they were ready for it to happen or something.
Yeah, and I would recite some incantation that I can pull from my memory about
Yeah,
a book
sure.
of occult.
Give me an Arcana roll.
Sure. Arcana. Okay.
Yeah.
History.
It would be really Arcana because you're
Arcana,
talking about.
okay. No, Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you kind of like reach back and remember a few kind of like, arcane,
Like baby's
occulty
first
words and-
incantation, you know?
yeah, and start uttering a few words
Yeah, and then I'll drive the dagger down
and stab the piece of cloth.
Yep.
Okay, it goes.
And I'll just look over at everyone.
Is it working? Is he doing it?
It's not working.
Oh,
Oh wait.
Did they stop?
The chanting stops for just a moment, and then, in a more agitated, vigorous voice,
One must die.
Yeah, it
one
made him
must
mad. It
die!
made him mad.
One must
Yeah.
die!
Okay, I got an idea. I'm gonna push past Gemma and Doug,
Okay.
go to the Whiskey the dog, and start rifling through the fur. You know,
What are you
outside
doing?
dog. Maybe there's like a tick or something. You know, these dogs.
Give me a perception
always-
check.
He's always up on his medicine.
Yeah, we can put like a little drop of.
Peppermint oil.
Yeah.
The good news is you do find a couple of fleas. I mean, hell, this dog has been rolling around marshes. If you don't find a flea, you probably find a good fat tick.
Okay, get that tick on the.
I try to grab the fleas, like I just like fleas, with my little fat fingers.
Okay. You pluck the tick off.
Pluck the tick off. Go to the table. Put the tick on with the dagger. Grab the dagger. Go.
There we go. There we go.
Try to kill it. Die, tick.
Say the incantations, Octavius. Okay.
Well, apparently, surprisingly enough, a list of victims long that you found the logbook of all the victims that died. Baby Walter. Even though they didn't seem to appease whatever it is, surprisingly enough, neither does a tick.
Aw.
But the tick is named Bob. He's an important.
We
tick.
forgot to name it before we.
Yeah, we gotta name it.
Of course.
You gotta name it. Okay, here's another one. I name you Fred.
You're my best friend. Okay, so that didn't work.
I mean, one died, and I'm gonna hold up like the remains of the skewered tick. Yeah. Throw it in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, name it Juan. See
See if that one must die. Yeah. What is this? What is this hatred for Hispanics?
You have to listen to me. They thirst. They yearn. They ache for a blood sacrifice.
I'm still wearing one of the cultist robes.
What's a real one? They don't want just a little bug?
They do not want a little. You think these 18 spirits want one tiny little bug?
Well, they're not getting us.
But they want
What?
something. They want someone.
To put something forward here. This is not great, but we do have some of those healing potions, right? And they'll bring one of us back if we're, say, unconscious, right?
Yes.
Dude, yeah.
Could we do that?
You want to
I
bring
don't
one of
want
us
to, not
almost
really.
to death? What if it doesn't work, Gemma? What if it doesn't work?
Well, then I guess.
Yeah, and
I feel terrible.
and Gemma, who would you suggest?
I wasn't gonna
I
suggest
really
anyone.
want to
I'm sure
know.
some. I wasn't gonna suggest anybody, Uncle. Obviously.
I mean,
You had someone in mind. Why are you looking at me?
No, it would be a volunteer for sure. We wouldn't just make someone do it.
Oh, yeah.
But what if those potions aren't even actual healing potions and they don't even work?
they've worked. We've used one. It works.
What if that was just the one that worked?
Son, daughter, brother. I mean, I don't like my odds here. I'm just gonna say.
No one's gonna sacrifice you. We're gonna figure
They
this
better
out.
not. I don't want to be sacrificed.
Okay.
No. I like my life.
Well, then the only other option I see is if we try to engage with these ghosts.
We can't beat
We
a bunch
still
of those.
haven't tried the door.
What door?
Well, there's that crank by the door that would possibly open it.
You don't think that'll anger them more?
Well, at this point, I'd rather try the door than just directly fighting them.
What if we make a deal that we'll bring one for them to die, and we'll go get that thing?
They're not
that was-
really talking to us, are they? I tried to. That one just stared at me and chanted. I think we do need to try the door again.
I mean, the second we go to try the door, they'll know what we're trying to do. So we have to be quick.
It's better. What if we all push on it together?
What if a certain small one of us got over there and just checked it out without being seen, being so close to the level of the water? Really use the full extent of your talents there, and then
I could try, but they have the high ground.
Yeah,
and
but I also have like a cult robe on, and we can maybe toy at the idea that we might be sacrificing someone.
It's worth a
Can we
shot.
focus on that?
All
So you
right.
want us to pretend? Just pretend.
Teach me some of those words real quick.
Yes, of course. And I'll go through and give him some of the words to spin together.
Okay.
Latte Nictu.
Yeah, a lot of Latin sounding stuff. It's like if Latin and Elvish were like mixed together.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you just give him some occulty sounding things to say.
Yeah.
Alright, so what's the game plan with this? Klaatu Vnade Nictu. Yep.
Nick.
Klaatu Vnada Nictu.
So yeah, I'll stand here and take the dagger. I'm wearing the robe. It looks dramatic, right? And then I'll just like look at like, well, Gemma, you're the most convincing sacrifice.
Fine. Please don't do not like actually kill me, because I will be so mad at you. I will
I'll be very
so
dead.
mad at you.
Okay, kids,
If
you got me.
if I
Don't
actually
worry.
end up dead, I will come back as the ghost and I will yell "One must die" over and over, just until it's you.
Okay, so you're going to climb up on the
Slow
altar
down,
and lay
I
down?
Yeah, I climb up slowly on the altar, like really feeling very uncomfortable with this. Oh, God, please don't kill me.
You
And I'm
two
gonna
make
lie
it look
down.
like you're holding her down or something, and then sneak behind the sun.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go over here and grab your. No.
Oh, nope, sorry, I'm going for the head. Sorry. Look at the feet.
Right, so y'all are going to act like you're holding her down. Okay.
Okay, honey, you remember the
Yeah, I'm
theater
just
we
gonna
took?
stand very big with the robe on, very big, and like with the knife out, like I'm putting on a show, just like sing for me, angels of music.
Sing, Angels of Mercy.
Okay, Octavia.
Go, little one. Go.
Right. Okay. I'll
there
try to
some-
sneak over as best as I can.
Alright, go ahead then, and if you will, give me a stealth check.
Okay.
And I'm
Yeah.
just being as loud and like present
Okay.
as I can.
Yeah, he kind of like slides down the steps and submerses himself into the water, and then you're gonna. I'm assuming you're like gonna under the water, kind of like go over to the ratchet, ratchet mechanism. Okay.
Yeah, best as I can.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. You can do that. They don't seem to pay much attention to that. They continue to chant "One must die" and seem to be intently waiting for the sacrifice to happen on the altar, and before they possess Trip
Yeah, I can
and
do
make
this
him
for
do
hours.
it.
I have another idea.
Oh, sorry. Let me do that.
When you do the stabbing motion, stab the side, but not her. Like then she can pretend she got
side of
split.
the thing. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
give
the
a
side
give a
of
real
her.
good scream.
Thank you for clarifying.
And scream and then play dead.
Okay. You kind of like pop up out of the water, Octavius. Oh, is he frozen? Oh no, he isn't.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, you emerge up out of the water, kind of over there, and can kind of like examine this thing.
Okay.
So give me an investigation roll.
Ooh, okay. Not my best, but we'll see what we can do here. Oh, not bad.
So clearly, because half of this mechanism is submerged in water, It is definitely rusted. But you can see where the chain is. You can see the chain is still intact. With enough brute force, you might be able to move this thing and get that portcullis raised. The mechanism you can determine is definitely not busted. It is functional. It's just it could be very old and very rusty at this point. So it's going to take literally brute force to move it.
Okay.
Okay.
Probably more brute force than I would have, I would assume.
You could look at it and tell that you'd have probably a hard time moving this thing if it wasn't rusted.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, the size of it with the ratchets, it looks like it's meant for more than one person to operate anyway.
Yeah,
So-
I'm gonna peek up a little more out of the water and look over at my family just be like,
Okay, they're over there, kind of like, whoa, acting,
yeah.
putting on a
Just giving
show.
them the face like,
Don't kill me.
It ain't happening over here.
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Fake scream when you're fake stabbed.
Okay.
Really, really play it up, okay?
Okay.
Sell the death. Sell the death.
Just like that one little play you put on that one time. It was really beautiful. Go ahead.
Thank you, Dad.
What was it, like nutcracker?
This is a little different than that one.
Okay,
Vaya a la tola, Zimiga la cala, Zimbate, Zimbate. And I'm gonna take the knife and just like, I'm gonna actually like cut my own hand a little bit.
Okay.
To, like try and make it like subtle so that there's blood on the knife.
all right.
And so that like, yeah, it's gonna
want the
suck.
knife.
It's gonna hurt. And then I'm gonna come up to it and just like kind of like pause over it and just like hope that they like silence the chanting because that'd be way more dramatic.
They do
Come
not.
on, guys.
They're not letting up.
And then I'll just stab directly next to her. Yeah. Yep, there it was.
You broke the
so
mic
far
again,
back.
I think.
I think Jade screams so loud. Oh, you're still there.
Still there.
Jeez.
And that will be the end of that performance.
Okay. So you kind of do that, and the chanting does stop.
Uh-oh. That's not good, though.
But then a new chant starts.
Lord Goth the Decayer, we awaken thee. Lord Goth the Decayer, we awaken thee. Lord Goth the Decayer, we awaken thee.
Lorgoth the Decayer, we awaken thee.
I'm looking all around, like,
There is a vast amount of bubbling and pulsing coming from underneath the pile of refuse.
yeah, we run. Run!
Where are you running?
We tried the door anyway.
I'm running to the
Go,
portcullis.
go.
Like, despite the shaking of the head that Octavius gave, I'm running to this thing.
Okay.
Okay. I'll
Abject.
follow you, I guess.
Help me, Doug, Trip, help.
Yes,
help.
yes, I'm helping. I'm helping. Oh
All
god.
right.
Oh god.
Please work, please work.
Oh god.
From the oozing mass, a thing emerges. It is a
my
writhing
God.
mass of flesh-like tentacles. It literally looks like a pulsating mass of human flesh that is somehow all been kind of morphed and warped together. It has tendrils like lathing and writhing around it that look almost like human intestines that are just like moving around all by themselves. It has a big open maw in the center that King's going like as this thing begins to slowly pulsate and merge its way out from the alcove. Okay, you all rush over to the mechanism, the portcullis mechanism.
We try it.
Okay, so here's what we do. Give me everybody's strength bonuses.
I'm gonna let Trip in there so then there's only 3 spots.
Yeah, there's room for 3 of you to grab hold of
Mine's
this
at a
thing.
minus
me.
1.
Oh,
So-
so mine.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll
same.
just go.
Yeah, mine's a +2.
Okay.
I'm not a strong boy.
No.
Yeah, I was a strong boy. And
What about Octavius?
I have a -1 as well.
Oh, well, we're all weak. Okay.
Yeah.
So 2.
Alrighty.
Our combined strength is 2.
I mean, my strength was 4, but now it's 2.
Yeah, because you all got zapped. All right. So is a total of +2?
Now, technically, I mean, was that enough? I mean, we wasn't doing anything, I guess, but it's enough time passed.
Can I use my
No.
bardic inspiration?
We
It
with
doesn't
too?
go. It
Yeah.
doesn't fade
I mean, I could give
until
another
somebody
bardic
rests.
inspiration to him.
Yeah, but
That's-
it's short
that's more
rest,
useful.
right? I mean, that's what.
Yeah, but you guys haven't had a short rest.
We haven't had a short rest.
So, okay. I mean, I'm just gonna state for the record, I have this thing called Street Smart, which I got at level 2.
Uh huh.
Which, when I carouse, shadow box, and spar, they all count as light activity for the purposes of resting.
For the
So-
purpose of resting, but you haven't been resting. Y'all have been moving and working your way and
Moving,
fighting and doing all that stuff.
shadowboxing.
There has not been an hour that you guys have just
Walking
sat
around.
and chilled.
Walking
Not
around,
buying it.
carrying
Not
a
buying
body,
it for a
no.
I'm gonna give you like a little thump on the shoulder, and I'm just gonna be like, "You're still the boulder," and that's my last bardic inspiration die.
So we could use both.
Oh god.
It's coming
Oh, God.
towards us. Let's push
Yeah,
it
I
now.
guess use the
Now.
bardic inspiration.
Now.
All right.
So what do you want me to do?
Give me a strength roll with whatever total pluses you have.
So just 2. Okay.
That's it. 16.
Plus my bardic inspiration, or do I not need to do it? I mean,
what is bardic inspiration? Does it count towards strength checks?
One ability check. Yep.
Yep. So yeah.
1d6.
Yep.
8. Okay.
Okay.
19.
Well,
Okay.
As much as you all start gritting your teeth, and it is beginning to move, like.
Hell yeah. Keep going.
To be honest, it really is just all Uncle Seth. He needs to scramble and do
Everyone's
something like
Well,
that.
it is pretty apparent that the time it's going to
turn
take
around and be
Seth
like,
to
"You
lift
are
this thing,
one
this
ugly
thing is going to be
mother."
all over you as it gets real close and starts like going, and the tentacles begin to writhe
Faster,
and
faster.
rise up as this horrific thing moves ominously towards you. At that point, the chanting once again will stop.
The end comes, death be praised. The end comes, death be praised.
The end comes, death be praised, as the thing begins to loom ready to strike. And that is where we will stop this evening.
Hey.
Oh,
So there we go.
Man.
Appropriate cliffhanger for tonight's finale. Okay. Horrific, horrible thing.
Yeah, but here. Just give that a measure. Ah, dagnabbit. Well, time for a beer. Glug, 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 glug. Oh, hello there. It's me, Christy, your D&D dad. I'm here to do all the things that a good D&D dad should do. Like mow the lawn, fix some shit, drink a beer, and of course, roll lots of 20s. And if you like all this, can you pan?
Oh, sorry, Dad. Sorry. Yeah, you look good. Yeah.
You should check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Christastics. And if you like D&D content, check out my podcast, New Crits on the Block. Anyway, I love you, my children.
If you're seeing this, that means that I'm back to playing Mondays on How Reroll. My handle is Satchmo on all platforms, and if you follow me, then maybe I can...
We've been trying to reach you concerning your car's extended warranty.
Nothing!
Hi, is this my local zoologist? Yes, I'll hold. Hi, local zoologist. Yes, my name is Jane Ivana, and I'm looking for a snake that has a stinger. Yes. I'll hold. You don't have any? Alright, well, if you could look into it, you can contact me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch, that's with the 0. Anytime. Yeah, or you could catch me on my Twitch streams. I stream like once a week on twitch.tv/JaneIvana. Alright, I'll hold. Okay, thank you. Goodbye, local zoologist.
Hey everyone, it's the Snuggler. This year, Jane asked us to go quick on our outros, so I promise I'll go as fast as possible. You're just gonna put all my information on text on the screen, aren't you? Son of a...
Hey, twitch.tv/Shagget here, and I'm trapped in Barovia. I'm hiding in a dingy basement with some art, the art dingy basement, nothing like what you usually see on my webcam when I do streams on How We Roll. And I'm not hiding from Strahd, believe it or not. He's a pushy Dracula knockoff. He doesn't scare me, I'm not afraid of him. I'm actually hiding from Gorebad, my dungeon master. He's out to kill me. I think finally surviving in 10 campaigns in Arconis throughout his stories, he's snapped because of it. And because of that, he's out to really kill me this time. Contact me at @neb_convos on Twitter, please. Your support will help keep me alive, keep me on the run, keep my hope alive. I really need to see what happens to Radovan, Emlyn, and Alekma, and all my other characters that I've played. I really need to see what happens to them. I'm very curious. Oh shit, I messed up. I really messed up. I think he heard me. He's coming. See ya!
Hi there, I'm Gorebad, and thank you for watching How We Roll. If you'd like to keep up with us when we're not live on Twitch, you can check out our other forms of social media. Follow us on Twitter, @HowWeRoll. You can also follow our Facebook page. You can find the website at www.howweroll.com, and you can also find us on YouTube at, you've guessed it, How We Roll, for an absolute ton of additional content. Also, you can follow the dmblog.com for some DM tips, world building guides, and all things D&D related. Cheers, guys. That was a long walk. Okay, they said Shagget was somewhere here, and the door to where he's hiding was a blue door. So we gotta find a blue door, blue door, blue door, blue door. You're mine now, Shagget.